party peoples.
Hey,
Everybody out there.
DM Rai Rai,
What?
Megs has a trick she wants to show you.
Disappearing.
Headbanging bunny.
The
Disappearing.
bunnies.
The bunny ears move.
They disappear.
Yep.
They go poof, it's magic. Welcome back to the Odoron campaign, everyone. We're back with episode 4.
Hoot hoot.
Last week, you all delved further into the mine, where you all found yourselves ambushing successfully, I might add, several groups of guards.
They kind of died.
Taking nary a scratch. And finding a fair number of the people that had been kidnapped before finding what was referred to by the guard you captured and interrogated as the site. Before encountering some interesting enemies. And it's from there we take over this evening. What would you all like to do?
We do everything.
I mean,
I want to go search
that
search
all that combat, we might need a long rest.
Agreed.
Is the portal still open?
Yes.
Do we see like those structures on the sides? Are they like, basically from what we see, like, can we tell kind of what's keeping it open? Like, are those structures on the sides feeding into it in some way, or
Make a Arcana check and
Ooh.
either investigation or perception.
Guidance.
I'm gonna take the guidance on Arcana
Okay.
because I'm not proficient.
Well, he's
I got a count of
rustling
19.
around with that. Henrietta's just gonna run up to her stone and like try to pull it out.
I got a 12 on Arcana, and you said perception?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 22 perception.
Okay. So the bodies that have been empowered by the mithril injections turned them into the zombie things that attacked race that you knew about. A bunch of them were sacrificed here. Their blood kind of sprayed into these holes that they had carved into the ground. And the blood kind of ran down and through these pipes into like the base. So you imagine it's something magical happening that is keeping it open.
So they're like tubes of like blood with mithril in it going into this thing?
So mithril blood people, those go down, by the way. So it's down. So they're sacrificed at it. Their blood is poured down inside the central container into the tube where Dietrich is and into this base structure.
So that structure on the left, that's just like an altar where people are sacrificed?
Yeah. And the blood's pouring down into the center, and then there's a pipe that's leading it to this central mithril base platform.
Can I try to just... Sorry, go ahead.
So the thing is kind of like spinning, like it's a gyroscopic thing that's spinning. So make a sleight of hand for me, Henrietta.
That's an 8.
Okay. You take 5 bludgeoning damage as your arm gets whammed in the machine.
Oh. Can I try to sever one of the like pipes that's piping blood into this thing?
How would you like to try and sever it?
Just gonna get out my cutlass and try to chop it in half.
Yeah, go for it. Roll hit. Rolling attack.
$14.
That will bang off the pipe and do nothing.
Can I go up and help Henrietta and try and pull the orb out for her?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Okay, sleight of hand.
Yep.
That's an 18.
Okay. You're able to kind of reach in and pull it out. And as you kind of pull it out from this center structure, this kind of field that's going, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Guidance.
Not on saving throws, right?
No, that's right.
That's
fine.
okay. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, so you'll take half damage, so you take 5 force damage, and you're kind of knocked back like 10 feet.
And then I'm gonna hold out the orb and look at Henrietta. Is this yours? As I try to stand up and get myself set up to hand her the orb and let her take it out of my hand.
Where the heck did I put you up there? There you are. So you turned back. I forgot you turned back into your human form at the end.
Yeah.
You mean the stone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, you said orb and I was confused.
the stone orb thingy. You said it was circular. That's the only reason why I call
No,
it an orb.
I never said it was circular.
It has
Oh,
round.
I thought you did. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm gonna hand you the stone that's now in my hand. Is this
Yep.
yours?
By the way, when he
can have
pulls
it.
it. By the way, when he pulls it out, the portal closes.
Thank you.
Oh, actually, no, never mind. Nothing.
Now that it's closed, I'm going to turn back toward Lucius. And I'm just going to ask him, who the hell was that? You seemed to know each other.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Lucius seems kind of lost, like looking at the axe in his hand and just kind of like sort of touching the dust left behind. Like he's kind of stuck in his own head right now. I'm sorry if I'm not much. I'm sorry if I'm not in a talking mood at the moment.
It's all right, friend. There's a first time for everything.
I'll telepathically, while all of this is going on, let Henrietta know. You're welcome for the stone. I don't know what it is, but clearly it was something to you and Frank, and I can't have that little dragon thing whose mind I like to speak to disappear.
She'll reply back. I don't really know what it is either. Just Saloon made me had me go find it, and I need to translate it. And if I don't do that, I don't know what if I had lost it. I don't know what she would have done. So thank you.
And then I'll speak back to her again one more time. Well, we can help you translate it, hopefully, or I'm gonna try to help.
That would be appreciated. All I know is that they're like ancient dwarven runes, so I need to go to like the capital city of the dwarves or something.
So I need to find really short people with long beards. I think we can do that.
And Frank's just gonna butt into Henrietta's head. You talking to somebody else? Who you talking to? Who's talking to you? She's just gonna ignore him.
And while this is happening, because I can't hear any of it because it's happening in their heads, Dietrich will just be walking around the room looking for more treasure. And possibly trying to like cut some mithril off the portal, if possible.
Okay. Above game, Mithril has an AC of 21 if you want to go for it.
Nope.
Okay.
Rook sees Dietrich and takes out her crowbar and just comes over and looks at him and taps the crowbar. Do you want to give it a shot with this?
It's not a pigeon bar, it's a crowbar.
It is a crowbar.
Can we call it a pigeon bar just for thematic symmetry here?
She's got a crowbar, and then she's wearing over her armor. She's wearing a dove coat.
Lucius
It's the
is going.
master of birds.
Is it goose down?
You know what? I'm just
Sure.
picturing the old lady from Home Alone 3 or 2, like throwing the bird seed at the villains, just like, get him!
Yeah, I thought about that like episode 1, but then I also remembered that he gave her turtle doves, but she was around pigeons, but he gave her the turtle dove stuff.
And that's what cued it for me.
So, yeah, if you want to make it's a strength check.
Yeah,
if
go
you wanna
ahead.
Strength check if you want to go at it with crowbar.
$11. Short stuff can't get too much leverage.
Lucius kind of like, well, wait. So you guys are just doing this in front of Lucius, and just kind of like whacking at the mithril.
Yeah, they're just
Oh,
they're just over there at one of the pillars, just whacking at it.
Lucius kind of like looks up and he starts walking towards them, and with the axe in hand. Let me try.
Okay.
Let's see. That's weird. Oh wow, 21.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Blackjack.
Oh wait, actually, what's the plus? What's the plus on hit?
On the axe he dropped?
Yeah,
It's
on the
just a
axe.
Standard battle axe.
Okay. Is it the same as the greatsword?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it should be the same as the greatsword on your.
Okay,
plus
good,
yeah.
good. Okay, cool. Then yeah, 21.
So you knock off a kind of just shear off just like a sliver of the column. So like 8 pounds of mithril on the sheet that you're able to knock off. So not bad.
Cool. So just add 8 pounds to the 60. Is it the same refined mithril?
Yeah. For the sake of argument, yes. Or simplicity, yes.
We should do something about this.
Yeah, I kind of want to just keep hacking at it all day and see how much we can get. But
I don't think that would do much. We
do
need to
rest, and we
we
need
need
to get these prisoners out of here.
We should also make sure they can't use this again to try to bring in whatever they were bringing in.
Exactly. That was my concern too. If we don't do anything, they'll just do this again. I have
What are
no
the-
idea what this is. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. What are the pipes made of and the altars that are leading into the portal?
They do not seem to be made of mithril. They seem to be made of some other type of metal.
Just something more mundane, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Take my crowbar. Are the pipes running like along the ground, I guess?
Yes.
Take my crowbar and start tearing up the pipe on the left side.
Okay.
Lucius is going to do the same on the other side.
All right.
He's going to be very quiet. Not I mean, obviously him doing this isn't very quiet, but
Yeah.
he doesn't want to come off as angry or enraged, even as he starts getting a little bit more furious.
Subdued.
Yeah, he's trying to subdue it, but he definitely seems a lot more shaken and kind of pissed off.
All right. Two attack rolls then.
Oh,
Attack roll or strength check? If I'm going at it with the crowbar.
Strength check if you're going at it with a crowbar.
well, shit. Okay, I got a 7.
Ha, I got a 4.
It is bolted to the ground.
Not
Rook offers
the
out the
altars.
crowbar to the taller folks. Anyone taller with better leverage want to give this a shot? It's not mithril, but we want to mess up all their plans all the same.
Can I start looking at the altars themselves? Like, is there anything going on there?
So like the actual inverted cylinder.
Yeah.
It's just carved down into the ground with like
But
little
it's
channels to help blood run. But other than that,
it's just like what's it made of? Just stone?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go start like looking in the rest of the room and all the corners and behind the columns and stuff, just making sure we haven't left anything.
Oops. Okay. All right. Let me move him there. All right. So perception check or investigation? What are you trying to do?
I'll do perception.
Okay.
15.
Okay. Seems like this is the primary feature of the room. There doesn't seem to be much else in it.
Okay. Sometimes you like to stick a chest in the corner. I'm just double checking.
That is true. Anybody gonna help destroy the pipe before as the start of the next round in quotation marks happens? Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'll try again.
Okay. Which side?
Doesn't matter. Still no.
What
Yeah,
was
I'm
it?
like, I've got
What was it? Because it's not
It was a
mythical.
natural. It was a natural 2 for a 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that won't
got-
do it.
I've got nothing to hack away with it at, and I've got -1 strength, so I'm not going to be breaking anything.
Okay.
I'm not trying to break shit.
All right.
-1 strength as well.
What about our dwarven friend? You look pretty strong.
Somewhat. I could give it a try.
Okay. Oh god.
What would be a strength check?
Yeah, just be so D20 plus 4. And then Lucius, if you want to make another schwack at it, you can go ahead and do so now.
You said D20 plus 4.
Build. So his building frustration has given him a 24.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Be a 19, sir.
Okay. Your dwarf buddy comes over, takes the crowbar, winces under, kind of like body weight, steps on it with his foot, and just pops up and just breaks off this kind of like 2-foot chunk of it. Lucius hits it, right at the weak spot, also breaks off a sizable chunk from the piping. This bluish mithril laced blood kind of coming out of the pipe onto the floor in both locations.
Oh.
So, do I recognize anything about this? Maybe not, obviously not like, it's been a while since I've seen some newfangled fancy stuff like this, but was there a similar concept, or at least an idea of this sort of machine feeding mithril blood into whatever, an altar?
No.
No. Okay. I'm both concerned, but also kind of happy, almost.
Good.
Just like, oh god, okay. At least I don't recognize this thing.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
I probably still wouldn't recognize anything.
No. Is there anything anybody else wants to do?
I'd like to take a long nap.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a way to destroy it. But I don't think we have anything that could do that.
Anyone got any explosives?
Unfortunately not, friend.
Well, can't bring the cavern down around it.
Henrietta,
Yes.
what are that stone you took out of it that made it close? How many more stones like that are there?
I have no idea. I was just told to find this one.
Because if that's the only one and it's necessary to make this thing work, I don't think we have to worry about it working anymore.
Saloon just told me to find this one, so I don't know.
Was there a second stone? Or was that the only stone?
That was the only stone in the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it was in a machine? Can we destroy the machine?
That's what we've been trying to do for the last 20 minutes.
Oh, I thought we were destroying the pipes. I thought the pipes were what the blood drained into.
Yeah,
Right.
There's also the gyroscope that the stone was in.
Okay. Does that look like it's made out of mithril or stone or?
Yeah, it is made out of mithril, but it is on a pivot point.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Go
Yeah,
after that with the crowbar.
Yeah.
I'll help. Or would you like to give me the crowbar?
You're big in metal, and that's big in metal. I think I'll leave it to you and just not get in the way.
Okay.
Ragnar, would you like to assist?
Yes, I would.
Saw your head going there. So,
Thank you.
both of you can roll for it as strength check.
All right.
Oh, a strength check. All right, bet.
17.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
Plus.
4, so 12.
Okay. Crowbar is not really big enough for both of you to get a grip on, so Lucius kind of bends down and kind of like starts to try and pry it out of the pivot point it's on. Ragnar leading with his like body weight to kind of like lift it up because he is shorter in stature. And after about 5 minutes of you guys straining against it, you hear this kind of like metal creak sound before you just kind of hear this snap, and it kind of boom and kind of like rolls off the platform down behind the platform.
How
Let's
big
take
is
this
it?
apart. Oh, sorry.
It is fairly big.
So
Can
not
I
pocket
take?
sized.
Oh,
It is about as tall as you, Farzu.
can I take this apart, given sufficient time?
If somebody had blacksmith's tools in a couple hours, they could take it apart.
Could we
Not
lift
Not
it
with,
up and
not with a hacking at it with a battle axe.
It's made of it's made of mithril. Mithril is fairly strong, even at welded or sealed points.
Mm-hmm.
can we not just throw it down one of the holes, or would it not fit through that?
Well, so like the hole where you see stops, like there's like a basin at it, and that's it.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't like actually go down like a couple of feet. It's just like a couple inches to pull the blood.
Mm-hmm.
What if we took it up to the first floor and threw it in one of those pools of lava?
That's an excellent
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to like figure out a way to get it up there, but
Is it
that
not
doesn't
round?
seem-
Can we not roll it?
well, there's the whole train track to get down
Yeah.
here. But
Yeah, we could roll it to that and then put it in the minecart.
Mm-hmm.
does the minecart go up?
I would
don't know
assume
much
it
about
had the
crafting.
it had that stopping contraption on the other side, so I would assume it would go back.
So for reference, you went downhill because it was like 1.5 miles long. You went downhill and then slowly uphill to the stopping point. So theoretically, if you gave it enough force, you could.
Yeah, worth a try, I think.
I agree. I just want to get rid of this thing. What are we going to do with the people trapped inside? With the screaming mines? Are we just going to leave them there to starve?
I mean, I would assume we'd get them out of here and take them to safety.
Don't
could do
think
that.
that would be a good idea, though.
Why is that?
They're pretty deranged. Brainwashed,
Okay.
maybe.
They kind of seemed a little bit aggressive when we peeked into that room. Like,
Oh, you mean the people on this floor?
yeah.
Sorry, above game.
Yes, on
Oh,
this-
okay. I thought you were
on-
talking about the people upstairs.
Oh no! I was talking about
He was talking about the Blue Man Group.
Oh, okay. No,
the Blue
we were
Man
talking to
Group.
people on this floor. I don't want to go back in there.
Yeah, I was like,
Well,
that room was not a very good room.
I thought you meant like all the prisoners waiting in the guard quarters for us to get them out of here.
Would it not be right to at least end their suffering?
You're probably right about that. We could probably do that, you know? Just help them out.
Because in the worst case scenario, we leave them there. And whatever is left of this cult that wanted to defile people's bodies, they're just going to use them again.
Well, we burn
If
the
they
bodies.
if they are truly deranged, then we should just kill them at least to prevent the cult from getting resources again.
Or we just burn the bodies.
Mercy killing?
Mercy for
Huh.
them.
There is no mercy when you kill someone. Stop it.
I can't watch you do this, Arthas.
Jesus.
Thank you, Megs. Thank
Why you gotta do this?
Take a point. Oh my god.
So we either let them starve in there. What? Let's put it to. How about we put it to a vote? Who's in favor of? I'll stay out of the vote because I personally don't know. I'm a little. I don't know.
I tend to think. I mean, we like Dunce and Dunce and Farzu and I. We saw them, and Emrys, and they, to me, did not seem like people who had the capacity to feel pain.
Hmm.
They seemed just gone.
But what of the situation where perhaps the cult returns then? Now the resources are still there. Because we obviously can't we can't dismantle this entire thing. We can dismantle at least this part, but they'll still have the mithril blood, which was undoubtedly something they had been researching for a long time.
Question: who made the medicine check on the bodies in the lab last week?
That was me and Farzu. Like I gave him. I think I gave you advantage on it.
Both of you roll medicine checks for me again, because you guys also saw the psychic zombies, the mithril zombies, whatever you want to call them.
I got 13. If that's enough to give him
Yeah,
advantage
it is.
or anything.
It is.
Okay.
Okay. I'll roll 2 then.
Okay.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, no, that's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, you're trying to recall information on the body you investigated that had the injection marks of mithril, and nothing's coming to your mind.
They also did something to Emrys, right?
Yeah, it was this really loud voice in my head. It was like screaming bad.
Mm.
I don't want to read their minds again. It's not fun.
Well, I can't force anyone to do anything. So if we're in agreement to not kill them, then we'll leave them in that room. Then let's get this rolling.
I really think we should kill them.
You guys want me to take a tally vote?
Just if that's the screams and stuff that Emrys heard, then they're already being tortured in some respect.
Do we have an easy way of doing it though? I don't want to go back in that room.
Yeah, that was my thinking too. I don't know of a good way to do it easily without us going in that room. And
How many were in there? Do you remember how many were in there? Or did you not have a good look?
there was a handful from what we saw, but we didn't have the door all the way open. I don't think we saw the entire
He has
room.
keen mind. He saw a minimum of 8.
Minimum of 8.
Is there a window in the door?
No, I believe it was a solid door. 2 solid doors.
Well, if they're not intelligent, well, we don't know that either. We could try to funnel them. I hold the front, and we take them on one by one.
Is there a way to simply seal the door shut?
Well, there was a a bit of a space between the 2 doors.
I was just thinking, if we make it impossible or very difficult for the Dwarguard to get in there, and the people in there will probably just starve before they can be used again.
We don't know if they starve because they have strange, magical, weird blood. So, as far as we know, maybe the Dwargar don't even go there, and suddenly we have dwarves, innocent dwarves, trying to clean up messes, and suddenly they open the door and they're assaulted by 8 crystal zombies. That's.
I mean, this place was pretty buried. They dug to it, so I don't think the dwarves are coming back unless somebody tells them that whatever this was dug up.
True.
Would we be able to
Wait.
gas them, maybe?
Would
Look,
we?
I won't kill an innocent that had nothing to do with this if I can avoid it. It's not their fault this happened to them.
But Emrys, you heard the screams, right? They are suffering in some capacity. It would only be right to end their suffering.
You know what we can do? Wait. Oh shoot! How big is the sphere? I'm sorry. It's as big as Farzu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Why don't we try to bait them? And no. I'm sorry. I'm just not thinking straight. I thought that maybe we could use the orb as some kind of spacer, at least to trip up the zombies, and then I don't know. I'm just I really need to clear my head. This is
I'm up to kill anyone who we think needs killing. I'm just not totally convinced that these zombie creatures qualify.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'll
point
go
that they
either
could
way.
be that the Dwargar could always use them again is a fair point. Although with that stone and the doohickey and we chopped up the altar thing a bit and broke a pipe, and I don't know. I don't know if that's enough.
Yes.
They had these
Cold,
plans
sir.
in the works long before they got a hold of my stone. I had to go find this thing. I've
Mm-hmm.
had it for a little while now. So I don't know if there are more or not, but I don't think it was, just happenstance that I got kidnapped and they stole my stone that they happened to actually need for this machine. I'm just saying.
Like, speaking of which, wait a minute. I just realized Lucius hasn't even looked at the stone. Could I look at the stone and see if I recognize it in any way?
Yeah, go
She'll
for it.
hold it
Yeah, okay.
out. She won't let him touch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
History check.
All right. Never mind. That's a 1. Fuck it. It's a rock.
It looks passively familiar, but beyond that, no.
May I have a look at that?
Again, she'll hold it out, but she's not gonna she's not letting this out of her grasp anymore.
Yeah.
24.
What? Investigation?
History.
History.
Yeah. 24 in history.
God
damn.
Rolled an 18 plus 6.
The shape and style of it is early dwarvish. Beyond that, you can't quite place anything else about it.
Heh. Early dwarvish.
Something about that seems familiar. Regardless, anyway, sorry. Let's just put it to a vote. Let's have it as a hard vote. All willing to close off the door, say aye.
Close it off?
Oh, I thought you were voting.
Yeah, close it off, not killing them. Say
No.
aye.
We never had any idea. No.
I mean, yeah, there's a
I'm
way
not
to do
killing
it.
anyone.
I'm kind of with Emrys on this. I don't want to kill him, but
Yeah.
I don't know of any way to get it to close that off. I'm thinking honestly, without the stone, without the gyroscope thingy, and any damage we caused, hopefully that's enough to, stall them enough that they won't do this without us figuring it out first, or somebody knowing.
Or at least long enough to alert somebody else that, hey, this is going on. You should send a bunch of soldiers to.
Mm-hmm. Either or. Sorry, first option I meant was not killing them. So we have Mr. Emrys and Mr. Dunce and
Yeah, I'll vote aye on that as well. I'm just not
Okay.
convinced that we need to.
Yeah. I'm not going back near them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
sounds
it
fine by
seems
me.
it seems like a majority then. Then let's leave it to them and we'll let the authorities know, I guess, or something. Oh god. We'll have to report this to someone.
Above game.
I never had much taste for authorities, but if they're going to do something useful for a change, that's fine. by me.
Exactly. At least make them do their job for once.
So, Farzy, what were you gonna ask?
Above game. Is there like a spell that could cause like a cave in? Like if I was like to use like magic missile to the roof, could that cause a
Like-
cave in?
Like some rock to fall. Like you wouldn't have enough spell slots with magic missile to cause a cave in.
Okay.
Also, above game, I think it's 5th level spell Earthquake. Is one of the things on it. Is that it does that.
Okay.
That's a hefty spell slot.
Could we not use that water skin to flood the room, maybe? Or how long would that take?
It's a thought.
Well, we
What can
could,
you-
but wouldn't it just leak down under and back? I don't think there's enough.
I can do 30 gallons every 6 seconds. It seems like
Okay.
might do enough to at least ruin something.
Okay.
Actually, so this door to where the zombies are, is it fully like sealed with the wall, or is there like a centimeter gap on the bottom?
There's a gap on the bottom of the door. I will also offer freely above game if you guys wanted to flood the 2 colanders. That would also be there too.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking if we just use the decanter of endless water and just spray water like into, like, if we just fill this whole place up, take like a few minutes and just gallon after gallon, we would eventually like, could the water float into where the zombies are and drown them all?
Can you even?
Yeah,
drown
okay, I thought you were talking about this room, like the machine room, not the zombie room. The zombie room
I
door,
doubt we could flood the entire machine room.
Yeah, the
but just,
zombie
like, the
room
zombie
door.
room.
The zombie room door could be shut.
So we can shut that door, spray a bunch of water underneath, and maybe, like, if we then like find some way to plug that gap underneath or something. Sort of a mercy killing that we don't have to risk our lives to do.
I mean, I'm still against killing them until we knew that they were a danger to anything, so I would rather just kind of flood the contraptions in the big room to see if we could even just cause a little bit more of a delay.
Sure.
I don't want to kill
I think that's a
them.
good idea.
I don't want to kill them because I think they're dangerous. I want to kill them because it sounds like they're suffering.
What a dilemma.
I think that
I'll just
it's the only humane thing to do. Personally, it would be to end their whatever this, that screaming was not.
I'll
They're-
just look over at Henrietta and say, give a wry smile and say, life is suffering.
This world is a prison.
So welcome to Warcraft quote night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try to flood the machine.
I think flooding the machine is more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we could flood the room per se because
Yeah, probably not the
it
whole
would-
room, but at least
No. I mean, I'm talking about the what is it the room with the zombies because it wouldn't be. We'd have to like
That was a fairly big room too. Good size.
more than just that. It's just that like you know the level of water and stuff, and I'm just like I don't think that's how. I don't think we'd be able to force the room to flow while
Right.
keeping our side not full of water.
Anyway, so we'll go flood the machine.
Yeah, let's flood the machine.
Easy
That's
enough.
that's the closest thing we can do
Easy
at this
enough to
point.
do.
Let's go back.
It's what, 30 gallon? How much is it every?
The maximum setting, it can do 30 gallons as an action.
All right, so 30
And
gallons every
it's
6
not,
seconds.
and you can just keep using it as an action.
So after about 30 seconds or so, the water starts to like dribble up out of the pipe where you guys broke it on the other side. Before you
Nice.
go to the other end, it's about the same on the other side.
That's good. Okay.
Oh.
I think that's good. I don't want to force anyone to fight things that they don't want to fight, and I completely understand also everyone's opinions on killing innocents as well. So I think for now, then, rather than discussing things and potentially waiting for a backup party to come around, we should get those prisoners out of here. What do you say?
And destroy
Put a
that
sign.
thing.
Put a sign on the door before we leave that says "Zombies do not open." But Rook's on the same page as Henrietta, but maybe if we can find some dwarf what knows anything about your rock, maybe he knows can tell us how to make sure the zombies stay dead too, because we don't even know if killing them would make them dead. So if someone can tell us about your rock, then maybe they could also tell us how to put the zombies to sleep forever to end their suffering, so we're not here filling up the room with water and shit, trying to, and it just in case, that might not even work. So come back to it later.
So we're gonna write "Don't dead open inside."
Got no paper.
There's a
So can
dead
we-
dove do not eat joke waiting to happen here, but it would involve
Yeah.
Rook's untimely demise, I think, so I will not make it just yet.
I don't know what I
Mhm.
expect.
Funny
I don't know
because
what I
one of
expected.
those two is a good show, and the other is The Walking Dead.
Oh, that should piss me off.
So can we get the minecart back up with that gyroscope device?
Yeah, if you guys are leaving and rolling it down the hallway, who is going to be primarily pushing the myth? Even though it is light because it is mithril, who is going to be guiding it down the hallway? Because it is.
I think human, the tall guy with that has the most strength.
Yeah. So
Sure.
Yeah. So make a strength check, please.
All right. That's a 15 plus 3, 18.
Easy enough to do. To roll it, and with 2 or 3 lifting it up, you can get it into one of the 2 mine carts, which means people are gonna have to walk.
I'll fly.
I think you just ride with the mic. With
So how many people can fit in a minecart?
Yeah, I was like, including the fact that we have a bunch of small people.
yeah, I know, right?
And technically, I'm small right now, too.
Oh yeah,
I'm just imagining all of us jammed in one like a clown car.
Yeah, if you guys want to do that, that's fine. I mean, yeah, 5 of you are small if he's still a Dwargar sized. Because you can do that. You're a changeling. You can do that at will, so it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't ever stopped being a Durgar yet, for the most part, so.
Yeah. And, like, theoretically, 2 of the small people could fit around, like, through the gyroscope in the front minecart with it. So yeah, you guys can fit and take the minecart all the way back.
So is it possible to get up into that, um, the first chamber with that had that pool of lava in the middle?
Yeah, I would need another. I would need like a group stealths, like strengths to like 2 or 3 of you roll to like roll it up the incline up into that room. So you guys are taking the minecart all the way. Just so I know where you guys are. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Strong people step up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not strong.
16.
15.
Okay. One more.
One more?
Yeah, one more person. So one more different
Ah.
person.
Henrietta starts to volunteer, and then Frank like puts his wing out in front of her, like, "No, you know better than that."
The other 6 of us. My strength is 9.
8.
9.
Mine is 10, so I guess I'm helping. Also, I was rolling my strength save before instead of my strength check. My bad, but I didn't like succeed wildly anyway. So
Yeah, it's not a super big difference. So what did you roll on that?
a strength check for right now to help out.
Yeah, so D20
That'll
plus 0.
be a 14.
Okay, yeah.
Guidance.
Plus a D4 apparently.
Where's the plus D4? 1
Okay, so 15.
for a
Yeah.
total of 15.
Between the 3 of you and the group as a whole, you guys are able to kind of navigate it up the kind of narrowing passage up and eventually rolling it up over the type of lip and into the lava. I'm just picturing like a single tear running down Dietrich's cheek because he realizes how much money the roll is.
I was
Very
gonna say
much.
he's like he knows exactly how much money is sinking into the lava, right?
Only
I'm
if
not
I knew
one.
how much it weighed, which I don't think I do.
You do not.
Good riddance.
I'm gonna go check on the people.
I'll check on the prisoners and make sure they're all right.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make it through kind of the area and through the you knock on the guard door. No problem. No problem. Knock on it. They open it up, and they're all there.
I remember we did the Emrys will
Oh, right.
telepathically,
Yeah.
and that's how you know it's us.
Yep.
But yeah,
telepathically knock on the door on somebody's brain. And yeah, they open the door. They're all there. Some of them are sleeping on the more comfier bed. Some of them are sitting on the floor talking, eating rations, drinking some of the clean water from the flasks from the water skins you guys brought in.
Well, I think it's time to get you all out of here.
unless we'd prefer to rest here first and then go
Oh.
first thing in the morning. But I think yes, I think it
Yeah.
makes sense to get out of here as quickly as we can.
Don't know if they're gonna come back. Any more Dwargard are gonna come.
Yeah, there are more out there.
They have
Mhm.
guard changes, they said.
So there are more still in the compound left, we're pretty sure.
Not in the area that we are in. Above us is where they come in, and they do
Okay.
their like guard change, and they swapped out. But
Yeah, like we bypassed like the whole first
Right.
area of this thing.
Right.
we-
Plenty
Okay.
of Dwargar there, and they have guard changes and stuff. We're gonna be discovered fairly soon.
Okay. So if we want to take a rest, doing it here would not be a good idea.
not the
Probably
best
not.
idea. But it would be
Yeah.
better here than anywhere else that we know of right now. But
Yeah, that's the other thing is we don't really know what's out there.
True.
I think we should rest, and then we can just take.
And then we might have to fight our way out, but
Maybe we short
we
rest.
have. Well, we have the
Look.
the.
Look, if you all want to rest, I only need 4 hours. We'll be okay. I can watch us the rest of the time.
Is there room for all of us in this guards area?
It's cramped, but yeah. Also above game, the way out that the prisoner you guys had described, Rook can easily see it. The kind of latch in the rock with 20 passive perception. It's like a carved out rock staircase that just goes straight up.
Ah,
So, like-
speaking of which, Jasor, I remember.
Yeah, Jasor.
Jasor is still here.
Yeah, still tied up.
Oh, we can ask him about the guard changes.
Mm-hmm.
When do the guards change, my friend?
Every like 3 to 5 days.
And when was the last guard change? Oh, sorry.
That's
2 days ago. We came here 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tomorrow night.
So, how do I know if you're telling the truth?
Embers.
I don't want to get boiled in my armor.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and dive into his mind.
Okay.
I'm going to go pretty deep into his mind, too.
So what's the save on that?
Sorry, one sec.
It's intelligence or wisdom?
It's a wisdom 13.
Okay, so that is a 15 minus 1 for a 14. So you can get surface level thoughts.
All right.
Jude is mostly still worried about you guys killing him.
He thinks we're going to kill him. I'm pretty sure he's right, but I still want to boil him in his armor. He might make good food for my wolf.
Please don't.
Oh, no.
Please don't.
Ooh.
No.
With that, we should have a long rest.
Let's
I
have.
think we have enough time for it.
Yes.
As long as
I think
we're
we
out
should take.
before the nightfall.
Should we maybe have someone check the what is it? The secret exit? Just to get a
Yeah, it's a carved stone staircase that goes like straight up. So have you seen Return of the King, the movie?
Yes.
Those type of stairs that Frodo and Sam climb, but less steep. So still pretty bad, but nothing like post vertical or anything like that.
I think if we barricade ourselves in the guards' quarters, we could just have someone keeping watch at night and.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, because above game,
Keep
you guys
an
have
eye
to
on those
kill.
stairs.
You guys have to kill 4 hours before you can take a long rest.
Oh, we have to kill 4 hours before we can have a long
Yeah.
rest?
You can only benefit from a long rest every 24 hours.
Oh.
Dumb.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick.
Yeah.
Above game.
everyone take turns running to the bathroom for 4 hours.
In game, he just goes out in the hallway. I'm kidding. He's on the rock wall outside.
If
the magma, I would hope.
if it takes 4 hours before we
Give
can
it a
even
chance.
start our long rest, then I'm going to try going up the stair. Oh,
I'm looking at notes.
Okay.
Sorry, it's actually only 2. Because you
okay,
finish
2
the
hours.
long rest at the 24-hour 1 minute mark, so it's 2 hours you guys gotta kill.
Okay, then I'm going to spend time going up the staircase just to get a idea of, like, sure, maybe he's telling the truth, but maybe he's also like, it's still good to know where we're, kind of exiting out of, just to see things. Yeah. Anyone want to follow?
I'll follow.
Was there anything else that we needed to identify?
I believe that was everything. Have you identified the scrolls we got?
Yes.
Oh,
I know. In character, I'm asking. In character, I'm asking. I didn't know.
Yeah, we did that. I don't know if we got anything that was magical in that final room that would need to be identified, but everything else has been.
I don't think we really searched anybody.
Well, the bodies kept disintegrating for the most part, so.
Oh, right.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to scout out up top.
I wonder. She pulls the rock out. If this could be identified.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, I can try. Right.
She'll hand you the rock.
Haha, I got to touch the rock. You guys just got to look at it.
I got a bit of a jealous look on my face.
I picked it up.
I actually have to read. If it is a magic or some other magic imbued item, you learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges they have, if any specs are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was crafted by a spell, you learn what spell crafted it. Okay. Yeah, you can cast Identify on it.
I would like to do so.
Okay.
God damn.
Also, just before we get into Lord Dump's territory, Lucius, is anybody else going up with Lucius first of all? Up the stairs.
I'll go up just so there are two of us up there.
Yeah. It starts to get colder as the higher you guys go up the stairs. And how long are you guys gonna take? Like an hour up, hour down?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of an hour, right as you guys are about to give up, you come to a wall and kind of push it out, and it is a hidden door, and you can look out, and it is a snowy mountain pass pretty high up in the mountains.
Huh. Well, good thing we looked ahead then. So we're gonna have to ask. We're gonna have to gather coats or
Yeah, let's see
blankets
if there's
such.
any kind of cold weather gear in that guard's chamber.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's close this up. Make sure no one comes in while we're trying to sleep.
It is latched. It doesn't appear to be latched from either side. Is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, and you guys are gonna spend the hour down while you guys are doing that. I will also say that it per 5e rules, because I do generally like them. When you guys were up there, it did not feel like below 0 degrees Celsius.
Ooh, Celsius. I like Celsius.
So we would not actually need.
You would
like,
not be making extreme cold rules. It is just
Okay.
It is just
It's-
cold and
it's-
snowing. Yeah.
Nice.
So you say 2? It's not about 2 to 3.
Yeah, probably something in there. So you're gonna cast Identify on the object, right?
Yeah, and
Um,
hope it doesn't kill me by doing so.
Yeah, make a Constitution saving throw. No, I'm kidding. What was it?
5.
Okay, yeah. So you take 37 points of force damage, and you get knocked back against the wall. No.
You turn into a fine powder.
But I was carrying that mythal powder. Now how you'll mix me up?
No one can tell the difference anymore.
No.
Does that mean we can pass you off as more mithril powder?
Anyways, it is in fact a magic imbued item. It is a runestone.
Does it have any effects, properties, anything like that? How to use it?
So I really don't want to lore dump, but
So it's a runestone.
correct.
And Dunce, you're wearing that hat, and you're from Texas. So are you literally a runestone cowboy right now?
I knew where you were going with this,
Oh,
and I was
God.
not happy about
I
it.
knew I know you know because we've been friends for a while.
Take a point. Take a point. It is magically attuned to another specific point, a location.
Okay. I will relay all of this information to Henrietta. I just mainly want to know stuff for her purpose with it.
You have proficiency with Arcana, right?
I should. I've got it with damn near everything.
Roll an Arcana check.
I have a proficiency with it.
10.
Okay.
Can I assist with that?
Yeah, you can give him advantage on that.
15.
So.
Yeah, it bounced off of a 17 to a 3, so I'll stick with the 10.
Okay. It kind of when you cast Identify, it kind of overloads your mind with information about it. It doesn't seem to be like something you can like attune to use to get benefits, but there is innate magic beyond that in it too.
Okay. I will relay all of that to Henrietta and let her know that it's apparently a quite powerful object. So you might want to keep an eye on that. Then hand it back before Frank gets mad at me.
She'll take it back. Thank you, Dunce.
Of course.
I mean, I guess that's not so surprising since a god sent me to get it.
Yeah, and it's definitely tied to a place. So I don't know if that place is where you got it from or if it's something else, but that could be something we might want to explore.
Any idea what place? Just
Not
knowing that it's a
really.
place doesn't really narrow it down.
I got bits and pieces of images, but it kind of overloaded my mind and I didn't get any clear ideas or anything like that about it. It's very powerful and there doesn't seem to be any way for us to use it more than the location using it. Now it did something at the place we were just at, so I don't know if maybe it's attuned to that place. But I don't know what that would even be.
Mind.
Yeah, like there was just a rush of information that just hit when normally I get like a clear understanding of what the object is and kind of how to use it, and this was just like, having an entire library dumped on my head at the same time.
I know that feeling. That sounds like history class.
I like history class.
History is amazing. You don't like history?
What's class?
Oh god, I'm in a group with a bunch of nerds.
History, medicine.
No, history is a wonderful, wonderful subject.
What is history in class?
I don't know what class is.
I just kill things and bite their heads off.
Class is where you go to learn things.
Or in my case, where you go to goof off.
I'll be honest with you. I learned things in the wild. Why would I need to go anywhere else?
That's what I said.
Where you go to learn things? You mean like the tavern?
That is also what I said.
Dark Court of the Marketplace?
I heard he knows how to play cards.
Rich guy's backyard? The roof?
Best place for pissing contests.
Yes.
That would be rich guys' backyards.
Rich
I thought it was the roof.
Onto the backyard.
There we go.
Also, I just want to really hate on Dietrich right now because now I've got Rhinestone Cowboy stuck in my head, and
Oh, yeah,
it's
you
not
do.
going away.
Well, if we're all settling in for the night, Dietrich will just pull out his deck of cards and start shuffling and look at Dunce.
Dunce is tired after a library fell on his head. Dunce is going to sleep.
Any other takers?
I mean, Frank can do whatever.
Sorry, I need to keep watch. I don't think playing cards is a good idea.
I agree.
You could play one game.
Those are bad influences.
I just imagine Frank trying to hold cards in his wings.
Suit yourselves, and I'll just keep shuffling and put them away.
So you guys are going to
Aren't you
attempt a long rest?
Jasor, why don't you play with Mr. Dietrich? Smart man.
I'd like to think so.
It's all right, Lucius. I wouldn't want to play with anyone who didn't have freedom of choice.
True.
So I will need a perception check from the wolf and from Emrys if you guys are going to attempt a long rest.
All right. 1 sec. Let me. A 19 for the wolf and a 21 for me.
Okay.
No, a 22 for me. I'm sorry.
Even better. Anyways, whatever the case, you hear nothing of interest besides some rocks kind of clicking in the night. Creaks and cracks of an old mine. As you all successfully can hit your long rest buttons. And how about we take a break there so you guys can decide what you want to do in the morning. Perfect. See you guys back here in a couple minutes.
guys, he's live again. We need to stop.
What did I walk into?
Everything.
Nothing.
So we were
Nothing at
talking
all.
about that website where you watch 5-minute videos on how to kill bosses.
Oh yeah.
It has a tube at the end
Yeah.
or a hub at the end, and that was it.
Got it. Not the one that only sells cooling devices for your room.
No. Yes, that one too.
That one too? Okay. Just want to make sure we're covering all our bases there. I hate myself for making that joke. I really do.
Can we get an only fans as in the spinning things command for chat, please?
What?
I'll think about it.
Yeah, you know the ceiling fans, the ones you put up there to cool you.
Anyways.
Love it.
Anyways.
I've got one of those.
Anyways. You all wake up in the morning feeling refreshed.
I don't. I tossed and turned all night.
Oh no.
Repeatedly throughout the night, I was in Farzu's head saying, "Wake up. Shh. It's okay." Just so he did that, by the way. I wasn't reading his thoughts, I was just disturbing him.
I keep that shit on. God
When you
damn
wake
it,
up,
Bubby.
you see Dietrich just like sitting on the edge of his bedroll, just very carefully counting all the money he has.
Okay.
I've already been awake, and I look over at him and I'm like, do you really have to count it? You already know how much you have. Do you think we'd steal from you?
No, I'm not doing it because I think you're stealing. I'm counting it to see how much more I need.
What do you need more money for?
Propane.
Propane accessories.
Accessories.
God damn it, Bobby.
Point.
God, I need a second after that.
Oh my god.
Can you have him sing Rhinestone Cowboy for me too?
It's a roundstone cowboy.
We'll play it after. We'll play it after stream.
To Emrys, let's see. Let's just say there are some old debts in my past that I'd like to be able to make go away.
That's why you didn't like class. You went to a private college.
Oh, that's a long
Sorry.
story.
Some
My-
debts. Well, who are they with? Like, it can't be that bad.
Well, one question at a time. Rooks. When I was 14, my parents sent me away to boarding school because I don't think my father ever particularly wanted a child, and he certainly wasn't a good dad, and pretty much ignored me. Yeah, I don't think I ever had a conversation with him longer than 3 or 4 words. And as soon as he got the opportunity, he shipped me off to a fancy boarding school in Storm Point with all the idiot humans.
My word.
Not you.
It's horrible.
Not all humans are idiots, but these humans are all idiots.
Ah, right. Sorry, never. Nothing.
But on the plus side, I discovered poker. I discovered poker there, and since I was surrounded by rich idiots, I did pretty well. And I had this idea in my head that I was going to drop out of school and go be a pro poker player. And that's when the debts happened. So yeah, I ran up debts of a couple thousand to, let's just say, some seedier elements. Some seedier elements in Storm Point and Salt Wallow, and well, one thing leads to another. Had to skip town a few times from different towns, and well, now I'm here. The problem is that was a good 6 or 7 years ago, so now I'm pretty sure that there's either a shitload of interest on my debts or they'll just kill me. But at any rate, if we could just not go there, I'll be fine. I hope.
Ah, got it.
Expecting unexpected.
And there's more, but does that answer all of your questions for now?
Oh, wait, there's more.
I'll Dietrich will just like palm his amulet and smile at Henrietta and say, like, that's another story for another time. And put the amulet back in his under his shirt.
All right. Well, should we get moving?
Sure. Now that you're awake, do you care to fill us in on what the hell happened down there and who that was?
That was an old friend of mine, and I don't know what the hell they did to him, or how any of that happened.
When you
I don't
say
know.
old friend, how old?
Well, the last time I saw him, he was dying. And I think the last time I saw him was a year ago. So, yes. I'm sorry, it's still a little. This is still a sensitive topic. I'd appreciate if we moved on. I need to do some personal soul searching on this. I don't know why they had him, or why they tried summoning him, or why they had a portal to him in the first place, or why all of that is related. But let's just help these people. And I'll be out of your hair.
Putting you in our hair isn't the problem, Lucius. The problem is whether we can all trust each other.
You see Frank, and he's like up in Henrietta's face, and you just hear her side, and she's like, "No, no, she didn't contact. No, I know, it's weird. You'd think with the stone back she would, but she didn't.
Friend of yours?
Saloon. Patron.
Hmm.
She contacts me in my dreams. So I thought for sure with this back, I'd hear from her.
So there's a god that contacts you in your dreams. How did that happen?
I guess you live alone in the woods long enough, staring at the moon stares back.
That's creepy. I love it.
Couldn't stand being in the bramble anymore. There's just too many people, but they're also just boring. So I left my family, which is fine. They're fine. I didn't want to take over the bunny, the carrot farm. That's not me. And I went and lived by myself in the woods for a while. And all of a sudden, one night I had a dream. And there she was, offering me power and adventure. And I was like, a duh. And now I have Frank.
It's a very different story. It's a very different story from how I met my own patron. Met is actually probably the wrong word.
Well, from what I've read on these things, usually you end up getting a patron when you're like in trouble or dying or something. But I think it's
That's how mine started.
yeah. I think mine's a special case though, since she is a god and not, like normally gods aren't patrons.
I don't know anything about mine. Could be a god, but I have no idea.
Normally gods don't need I don't mean this to offend you or me, but like normal people's like powers and abilities because gods have all their powers and abilities. So it's patrons aren't usually gods because they've already got what they need.
I don't know. You seem to know a lot more about this than I do.
When you live alone in the woods, you study a lot of books.
That sounds terrible.
You also learn how to make a great mushroom soup.
That I could go for.
It's a lot of time. Time is a weird soup.
Dietrich, you're not a book type. I would have assumed you at least have some passing interest in literature. Maybe not drier materials, but I'd assume maybe, I don't know, a good story or so.
Oh, I love a good story. I just like
Mhm.
hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Are
You'd
you
find. Oh, so sorry. Go ahead.
Are you familiar with Tusklove?
No, would you like to tell it to me?
I think that one's better if you read it yourself.
I'm not much of a reader. Just too many boarding school flashbacks. I was not a good student.
I'll just say it's quite saucy.
Ah. Oh. Okay.
Is this yet an above game? Is this yet another one of Rai Rai's made up universes that Megs has managed to bring Tusklove into?
Yep.
Yes! This is my goal!
Every game. Every game.
Always exists.
Always.
Tusklove is universal.
Cool. I'm don't know why, but did I miss you guys? You guys were like packing up and like going up the stairs while that was happening, right? That was what was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conversations and such.
Yes.
Just some late morning RP.
Yes.
Mhm.
By the time the conversation is finished and Tusk Club has been described in various and sundry details, while leaving out the juicy bits. The air becomes cooler, and you guys come to the door from the previous day. How would you guys like to proceed down the road? Down the pass?
What's the terrain like at the top? Like, is there much of a road? Is it like a goat trail? Is it? You said it was like on the side of a mountain.
Ask and you shall receive.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's about like 30 feet long, but it's just like kind of like been flattened over time. So there's like ruts. Is ruts the word I'm looking for? Like ruts in the road, different depths based off how long they've been used.
How's the visibility? Like, can we see a lot of the road up ahead of us, or does it go uphill or downhill? Or
I'm gonna move Lucius in the direction. It's going downhill that way.
so, like, we can see a pretty long expanse of road up ahead of us.
Because of the snow and wind, you guys can see about 50 feet in front of you.
Yeesh. Well, should we send a couple scouts up ahead?
Did anyone bring a toboggan?
Didn't think we were going to hell. Left it at home.
The Nationals must have won a pennant.
Boo. Boo.
Miss Henrietta, you're saying that this story that you're talking about, it's a bestseller in multiple different cities?
Oh yeah. It's like #1 in its genre. I'm surprised you guys haven't heard of it.
I should check it out. I should open my horizons. My word. I can't believe I can't believe I didn't even hear about this.
So
she's gonna like pat him on the shoulder and go like, "You should."
So
I've got to say, when you describe it, skipping over the juicy bits, it isn't that great.
Well,
Give away
the pros and
I think you really need those juicy bits.
I'd assume so. I've never read a story with such intimate details. Most of the stories that I've known were much more tales of gallant knighthood and such, but this I couldn't get behind. I've always liked star-crossed lover stories. We're saying this as we're like looking around in the snow and stuff.
Well, you should check it out, Lucius. You might learn a thing or two.
I should.
I guess Rook can scout ahead. Is it? You said it's actually snowing right now?
Yep.
Okay. How deep is the snow?
It's probably an inch or two right now.
Okay, so it started fairly recently.
It's still above game. It's early fall, so you imagine this might be one of the first couple snows here. Like, there's clearly it's melted and kind of snowed again, kind of thing.
Is there anything we can do to cover our tracks behind us?
Hey, right, can I wild shape into like a crow?
Not yet.
And scout ahead?
Not
yeah,
yet.
I should be able to.
Nope. Flying is level 9.
Yep, sorry. Read that wrong.
Unless you're a moon druid.
No, it's still 8 if you're a moon druid.
Yeah, it's still. Oh yeah, it's 8.
It's 8.
If you're a moon
Right.
druid.
You can do higher CRs if you're a moon druid, but flying is still 8 for everybody.
Flying is 8. Yeah.
Okay.
I wish
Do
I
I?
was level. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, do I notice any tracks? Even though I guess they would have been covered. Any recent tracks? Any signs of the Dwergar in this area?
There do not appear to be any fresh tracks on the pass.
Okay.
Also, do we know which way we're gonna go? Like, are we gonna go back towards the place in the middle, or are we gonna try to lead these people to safety? That I don't know which direction that would be in.
Safety.
The direction I have you guys pointed in.
Okay.
So,
Farzu has keen
is
mind.
there any trees or foliage around?
Nope, it is sheer rock face.
So,
Oh yeah.
what could we do to cover our own tracks behind us?
How hard is it snowing right now? Because if it's enough to blur our vision a decent ways out, then shouldn't the snow cover our tracks after we leave?
Yeah, that's true, possibly, as long as it keeps snowing.
Yeah.
Heh.
Make a survival check, dunce.
Above game, I wouldn't actually know what snow is.
Correct.
12.
Judging by the current pace of the snow, probably about 35, 45 minutes for the snow to kind of fill in the tracks.
All right, so yeah, the snow will fill in our tracks as long as we, go quickly.
What's the snow that you
Stuff
speak
that's
of?
falling all over you.
That's
It's
snow?
this. Yes, it's this white stuff.
Ooh.
What did you think it
Ooh,
was?
white stuff.
Dandruff?
You said
Hmm.
white stuff.
You've never seen snow before.
No. I'm a rock gnome, or
Deep gnome.
I'm a deep gnome. Deep
Ah,
in ground, underground. This is the first time
yeah.
ever I've been above ground.
Oh my.
Geddes said something the same. He stayed deep down.
So,
Hmm.
what's the marching order?
I'll go near the front.
I will also go near the front.
I'm just-
Unless Rook wants to be ahead of us to kind of scout things out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can go a little ways ahead
Mhm.
if people want.
I assume you guys want the casters in the back at that point.
I'm definitely gonna try not to slip and fall.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Sure.
put me a little bit more
Stuff.
towards the middle, but yeah.
Mr. Farzu, you can fly upwards, right? Could you maybe go up and try to scout ahead with us for us?
Stop it.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I mean,
Where are you
I don't know
going?
what this white stuff is, so.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna fly up. We'll see what I can see.
How wide is this pass?
About
It's like
30.
sheer cliff on the other side.
Yep, it goes down about 250 feet.
Okay.
It is about 30 feet wide.
Okay. Thanks.
Make an acrobatics check for me, Farsu.
Okay. There we go.
You really got to do that to me, don't you?
Yep.
And doggy time.
That'll be a 9.
You're able to get about 10 feet up in the air before the wind kind of like knocks you over and spins you back around, and that's about as high as you can kind of hover right now, safely.
Alright. Do I see anything else more? Up that high?
If Rook and Farzu, since they're up and out in front, want to make a perception check for me to see if they see anything. They can.
13.
Oop. Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
gonna
anybody can if they want to, but
Dirty 20 from me.
okie dokie.
I'm just gonna use my passive of 11.
Okay. Does anybody else want to take a shot at it?
I just used my passive of 12.
Okay.
Passive of 13.
Okay.
What is
Emrys.
it? You said perception?
Yep.
21.
21.
I rolled a 19.
Emrys or Ragnar?
19.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. So you use your passive.
Yeah.
Henrietta and Rook. Out past where the snow kind of starts to blur your vision, you two see something coming up the trail towards you all. Just like something dark. Probably about twice as far as you guys can see clearly. So probably about 120, 100 feet. And gaining about 20 feet in the time you notice it.
Do you guys see that?
See what?
Something's coming. And she'll point in the direction.
Yeah, how big is it looking? Like the size of the wagon or smaller?
Similar size to the wagon, similar speed.
Okay.
Is there a place where we can get out of sight?
You can have
Back the way we came.
Yeah, you can have all of the people and you guys try and quickly get back down the tunnel. But you guys have
Don't have a lot of time, yeah.
30 seconds to
Yeah,
do so.
Yeah, actually, I forgot about all the prisoners, so we probably don't have that kind of time.
How many prisoners do we have with us, by the way?
It's about 42 of them.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
About 42. That's just such an oddly specific about, right?
Roughly
It is
42.
the answer to the ultimate question.
Yeah, hence why I did it.
42?
I prefer 34.
All right. I'll look over at Farzu and Dunce. It's like, well, should we transform ourselves again?
I haven't transformed out. I'm still a Durgar.
Did you sleep like that?
Of course.
I'm gonna land and go. Sure.
Yeah, I'll disguise self
Okay.
as well.
I'll,
And we'll just sort of make it look like we're taking all these prisoners somewhere and trying to look official.
Okay.
Oh wait, can I put on which armor was I wearing? The guard armor or the priest armor?
I think you're still wearing the guard armor.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the plan as the cart approaches.
Yep.
I'll stop right there. People will kind of like look over the ram at the front of the cart.
Is it Dwargar on the cart?
Yep.
Cast comprehend languages immediately.
Okay. And he'll kind of look back into the cart and kind of motion with a head. Two people will come out. One looking similar to what you've seen before. The other one looking nothing like any of the other Dwargar you guys have come across. He has on one side of his face where he was hit by something or struck, There's like a piece of metal that's been bolted into his flesh to hold it together. One arm has been replaced by some type of weaponry. Just kind of walks up. What are you doing here?
We were told to bring these people.
Yes. To the site, which is down.
Down.
Yes.
Said take him to. I was told to take him this way.
By who? I want
Asor.
Are any of us wearing the priest armor?
I want names.
No, it's what I asked. I'm still wearing that guard armor.
Yeah.
Do we
What
have
about-
the prisoner?
What about the other two of us?
Well,
Are
you
either
guys
of us
cast
wearing the
disguise
priest
self,
armor?
so you could disguise whatever you want. Mine does not actually change. So
Yeah.
So I guess
I
I'm
have
in the priest. I guess I'm in the priest armor then.
Yeah, if you want to say that.
I'll just give a very haughty look to this guy, and I'll say, "By me. Don't question the orders again."
I kind of, by the way, I kind of looked at Jasor while this is going on. Who are the two in front? Who's that one? That special looking one?
He'll kind of like whisper to you. Yeah.
Fuck. Well, do you want to stay alive?
Yeah.
Who's that? Who is he?
It's the prince.
The Prince of the Dwergar?
Yeah. I think it was his idea to build the site.
Son of a fucking whore. Okay, well.
So,
good luck, Dietrich.
Oh god.
It was your
I'm just gonna wait for him to respond to me.
So is your he laughs. So is your authority to supersede mine when this is my project. Funny.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize you through the snow. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
That's the wrong thing to say.
That is.
You should know exactly who I am.
Sorry, I'm new.
Pulls out a coin and it has his face on it.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
This is my pet project, and I've hand selected every single person on it. So do you want to tell me one more time what you're doing here?
So, Lucius kind of like looks around and says,
One final answer.
Can I keep walking around the cart?
Like, there?
Yeah. Start like just walking around.
I'll be like, where do you think you're going?
I'm just walking to my friends. Keeping a lookout of everything while the cart and all these people are stopped in the middle of a road, and we're all unguarded and not defended, and we could be attacked at any minute.
I'll answer him and just say, "Look, I got an order to bring them down this mountain pass. I didn't question it, but that's what's happening, and that's what I ordered my men to do. If you have a problem with it, you can take it up with the superiors."
I'm the superior.
"He is the
Make a deception check. That's a good answer. I'll give you a deception check on that for sure.
19.
Oh my god, please."
I have the wrong step open. Who issued the order? I want names. Who told you to take them away from the site?
I'm gonna flick to Lenny and Thievescont and say the High Priest.
I'll reply the High Priest.
Which High Priest?
I'll walk over toward him.
Like in his face?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll lean over and whisper in his ear, "Your mom," and stab him immediately.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay, so that is with
God.
advantage because you're a fucking rogue, so yeah. Everybody else can start rolling
Okay.
initiative because shit went sideways.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
But because that was with advantage, do I reroll both or just one?
You reroll one.
Okay.
I reroll the lower one.
I'm gonna keep that one. Reroll the low one. Nope, it's even lower. So I've got a 16 to
That
hit.
will not hit.
Can I turn into a wolf the moment I see
yeah,
him
I'm
do
gonna
that?
I'll give everybody an action or bonus action. So yeah, you can wolf it up.
Okay, so actually, I'll let everyone do their thing.
As you pull the sword out to go, his arm comes out to the side. I need you, Farzu, Lucius, Emerus, and his wolf, Henrietta, and Frank to all make dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad I walked 10 feet over there.
Yep.
That is a 20.
Okay, that will succeed.
18.
Double 18s.
Succeed.
6 and 12.
Okay. Henrietta and Frank will both take 18 points of damage. The other 5 of you will take 9.
Henrietta's going to use her reaction to make Frank not take the damage.
Okay. Cool.
From what?
A giant spout of flame comes out of his metal weapon arm. Like, the sword he has attachment goes to the side, and just flame comes out as soon as it happens.
Ooh, God damn.
You said how much damage?
18. Cool. So with that, did anybody roll over 20 on initiative?
21.
And Rook has a 23.
I've got a 24.
24 for Dietrich.
I got an 18. By the way, can I do something? You said that you're gonna give everyone a chance to do a bonus action and stuff, right? So, Lucius looks to Jasor and he says, "Get the fuck back."
Okay.
And I also, what is it? I create my shadow, but I create it above the prince.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so it's snow. So it's like snow, right?
Yeah.
So like as high as I can.
How far do you? What's the max distance you can be away from it?
30.
Okay, so yeah, you can make it 30 feet in the air above his head if you wanted it to.
Maybe like 20-ish feet.
Okay.
20 feet. Yeah, 30 feet maybe a bit much. If that's 30 feet, that's like fucking huge.
No, it's not. It's just 20 feet on the lifter is more about 30 feet, so I'll just make it like that and put.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so that is what he's doing. If it would stop tilting over.
Yeah, it's that little board.
Yeah, it is. I got it now. Okay. Who else am I missing on initiative? Dunce.
I got a 17.
17 for Dunce.
18, Rai, if you didn't get me.
Cool. What's your dex and what's Lucius's deck?
My
You
Lucius
guys
is
here.
my dex is 0, so yeah.
+3.
My Lucius is 0.
I'm sorry.
Alright, so 18 for M, 18 for Lucius. Who had the 17?
Dunce.
17 for Dunce, and then who else am I missing? Ragnar, what'd you get?
I rolled a dirt 20.
Damn it, okay. So, just cause, what did you get, Henrietta?
6.
Dietrich, Rook, Barzu, Ragnar, Emerus, Lucius, Dunce, Dwerigar, Priest, Prince, Henrietta.
When do you want us to do the bonus action stuff?
Right
now or
right now, and then we'll get into
Okay.
it. So Dietrich also goes first.
Is everybody doing their bonus action stuff
So
first?
everybody
or-
gets either an action or a bonus action before combat starts because you did take an action and he did as well.
Yeah.
So you took it. Lucius took it with the clone. Does anybody else want to do anything before we get into combat order?
Yes.
Rook will cast a hunter's mark on the prince.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't know he's a prince yet, but he seems mightily important, and he's got a real cool arm.
Yeah.
I will bless Dietrich, Lucius, and Emerus.
Dietrich. Get that in a second. Lucius. And Emerus. Okay.
I'm gonna cast aid.
Okay.
Choosing Dietrich. Dunce and Lucius.
Dietrich, Dunce, and Lucius all get
Yeah.
how many health points?
5.
Okay. Cool. Ragnar, I assume you're doing Giant Smite as your free? Yeah. Make sure you mark it off. So he goes giant size. So Ragnar is now the size of Lucius. A little bit bigger. All right.
By the way, what does that circle do? Is that bless or
That is
something?
bless. That is a D4 on your attack rolls. And saving
all right.
throws, right? Yes.
Yeah, attack rolls and saves.
For a minute. All right.
Plus a D4.
Dunce, what are you doing?
casting Bane on at least 2 of the people I can see. I don't know if I can see a third or not.
So you can see the priest, that guy, and the Dwergar in the pilot seat.
Okay, then yeah, those 3 are. I'll
So-
cast Bane on it.
And what's the save, or does it just happen?
It's a charisma save of 14.
Okay, so Prince first. That's a 4. Wait. Does that have verbal or somatic components?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second. This kind of gem on his arm will light up, and he'll counterspell it.
Okay.
By the way, you would also see after that happens the gem crack too.
Okay. Mine was free. His was not.
Yeah.
How many gems are there on him?
On his gauntlet, from what you can see, you can only see the one that just cracked.
Ah, okay.
So you have no idea.
Yeah.
There might be more.
I see. Dwarf Thanos. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much. I liked the visual. Who else needs to take an action before? I think that's it, right? Yep. All right. So Dietrich is up first. Rook is on deck.
Hexblade's Curse with my bonus action on the prince.
Okay.
And with my action, Booming Blade. With Bless. And I'll use another luck point. All right, so that's still just a 15 to hit. I keep rolling shitty.
So that will not hit.
And then I will back away to just be sort of in line with, like right there.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Rook and then Farzu.
You're muted,
muted.
Rook.
Sorry. Let's see. I can see the two driving, right? From
Correct.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
They would be up.
I'm gonna get
'cause
rid of
the
the
goats
goats
are in
so
the
you
way.
can see them. Yeah. They're up.
Okay.
So the goats are out of the way.
If I were to cast a fairy fire, could I hit the two driving and the two out in front of the cart?
That's
a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, let me get square AoE marker out. Yeah, easy peasy.
Okay, then I will do that.
Okay.
And that is a Dex saving throw. Dex 13.
Okay.
She points her arms and pigeons sort of form along her arm and fly out and just throw feathers all over the front of them.
Despot rolled an 8 for a 5. The priest rolled a 4 for a 3. Dwergar was an 11 and then another 11, so they all failed.
They're all afflicted with glowing pigeon feathers.
Does it do anything for us?
Yeah, that's advantage.
You get advantage. And they can't benefit from being invisible.
Ooh, all right.
Thank you for the advantage. It looks like I'm gonna need it.
And she will take a step to the side closer to the wall.
Okay. Back or forward? So
just laterally straight across.
Okay.
Where she is.
Easy enough to do.
Yep. That's it. Thanks.
Farzu and then Ragnar.
Oh man.
Of course, I know the bigger guy looks more important, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna magic missile him at level 2.
Okay.
$15 damage.
Okay. Whoa, wait. Oh, yeah. $15 points of damage total? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Easy enough to do. I'm dealing with a bot malfunction right now. Cool. Why did it post so many times? Anywho. Cool. Any movement?
I'm gonna take my full movement and get away.
Straight back?
Straight back into a wall.
So there.
Yeah.
Okay, easy enough to do. Ragnar,
Yes.
what you doing?
Gonna kill the guy.
The big guy?
Okay. No, like the one person that's in front of me.
Okay, the priest. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And you're rolling with advantage.
Mm-hmm. 16.
That will just hit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the great axe is. Oh, I scrolled down too far. Okay, so 1d12. 4 plus 4. That's 8. So I'll use my that's 8 points of damage, but you're also gonna use my fire rune as well.
Okay, so that is a strength 15, so they succeeded.
Okay. Oh, they succeeded. Okay.
So they still take the 2d6, but they don't get restrained.
Okay, so 2. That cocked. That's a 3.
Okay.
And then that's a 4, so 7 points of damage.
Plus, how much did the great axe do?
Fuck, I didn't.
I think you said 8.
Yeah, you said 8 total, right? Or 8 plus 4. That's what I was confused.
Yeah, my bad.
So 8 total. Okay, so 15. Okay. Fire explodes out of your axe as you strike them in the side and hit between 2 plates, and you just blood immediately like fills the Dwergar robe. Here.
I just want to clarify. You said axe, right?
Yep. Axe.
Now I'm questioning my the rules now.
Nope, you're good. That is Emrys up. Unless, do you want to do anything else? That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Emrys and then Lucius.
All right, me and Doggo, me and Wolf Boy, gonna charge up to the closest one. Actually, the one Ragnar's on.
Okay.
We're gonna go to both his sides and take some bites at his head.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That will hit by a lot.
For 15 points of damage.
Okay.
The next one is only an 18.
That will still hit.
For 11 points of damage as we both try to maul at the thing's head.
How does your doggy want to do this?
Once again, he's gonna bite his head off completely at the neck and then throw it actually back into the cart.
Okay.
And then let out like a vicious growl to intimidate the others.
Doggy style.
Okay, DM.
That was not me, that was chat. Okay. Lucius.
Hey, so that's the prince.
Yep.
Lucius looks towards the prince, and I'm going to teleport to the
I knew it
to
was
the
coming. Yeah.
Gooba stomp.
to the echo.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking attack.
Okay, so you're gonna
On the ground like Yoshi.
You're gonna drop down like sword first, try to like plunge it into him from 20 feet up.
Yes, sir.
Just before you do this, you are aware you are also going to take falling damage in this maneuver, right?
Fuck yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm better.
He's gonna take awesome damage, is what you mean.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sling.
All right. Yeah, awesome damage. That's what I'll call it.
Are you at fault?
Yeah. So what was the attack roll on that?
Remember advantage.
Uh,
Fairy
You do have
fire,
okay.
right?
advantage.
Okay, so the first one is a 7, so that's not going to happen.
Well,
19 plus. 19 plus. Is it 5? 19 plus 5, 24.
24.
plus your bless.
Plus
Oh,
24 will hit.
plus.
24 will
Oh,
hit.
okay. Yes.
Yeah, easy peasy. So that is
Good.
4d6 falling damage, correct?
Yes.
10 feet. So that will be
Mhm.
15. You and him will take 15 points of falling damage, bludgeoning damage,
Mm-hmm.
because you fell on top of him. And then how much does the attack do?
Let's see how much it does. So 2d6 plus 3 is 13. I'm going to action surge, attack again. If I'm allowed to. I know this is kind of a crazy maneuver, so I don't know
It
if...
was 13 points of damage on the attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I wrote the wrong number and screwed myself and then fixed it. Okay, yeah, dude. That's what action surge is for. Come on.
Awesome. Let me just action surge, attack. It's still with advantage, right?
Also,
Oh, well,
by the way,
it doesn't matter. 18
4
plus.
additional people get 1d4 on their next roll from an anonymous cheerer in chat.
Nice.
Yes, it's
So
still
it's
advantage because it's still fairy
okay.
fire.
Well, it's 23, so it's not going to really matter that much. I'm pretty sure 23 hits.
23 does hit.
Okay, and then those not as high. That's an 11. And then for good measure, I'm going to pop another goddamn fucking echo next to him, and I'm going to smack that bitch again.
Holy
Using the-
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot how good Echo Night Fighters are. Wait a minute.
Action surge, unleash incarnation. Okay, good.
I'm trying to see what your movement is. Is it just movement to move into your echo space?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. God.
Mhm.
So good.
Yeah. And then to attack.
No, it's
Okay,
a bonus
well-
action to swap into your echo
Yeah, it's
space.
a bonus action teleport into your echo space, so you can't attack with your echo.
Oh, wait, what? I
Yeah.
thought it was.
Nope.
Move.
Manifest Echo Teleport is one bonus action as well as
No,
your
no,
movement.
but Unleash Incarnation doesn't take a bonus action, so he can still do it.
Yeah, but he had to summon the Echo in that space.
I thought he
Wait.
did that. Oh, yeah.
You can see echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, manifesting the Echo is also a
On
bonus
your
action.
turn.
So your Echo's still back with Dietrich.
As a bonus action, you teleport. Okay, yeah. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a shit ton of damage, so that'd be kind of bullshit if I could just also pop the echo. Yeah.
Just to play straight, where did you want to land on top of him / next to him? Seeing as there,
I want to carve this little short midget fucker in half.
where in position, like around him, did you want to? When you landed.
Around where you were, yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prince, did you start this abomination of an experiment? You piece of garbage.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, I will like to know, and and I'll get everything I need to know. You useless sack of garbage.
Done. Sid, is now your go.
Can I see the 3 of those Durgar, or do I need to move to get the 3 in my view?
You can see the 2 up on the cart, and you can see him.
Okay. Then I'll cast Bane at all 3 of them.
Okay. Wisdom 13, right?
Charisma 14.
Charisma 14. That'll be a 13 plus 1 for the Despot, so that is a 14. That's a 15 for the Dwergar, minus 1 is a 14, and then a 10, minus 1 for a 9 for the other Dwergar. So, let's use Hex for now. I'll get the Bane one later. So, you want the closer one or the far Dwergar to be the one that's baned?
Closest one.
Okay. And that is 1d4 minus on all of his attacks? And saving throws.
It's his attacks and saving throws
Okay.
for the next minute.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of bless.
Yep.
And then I will move back away from the cart along the wall or the edge, whatever I'm on.
So you want to go like back to the edge over
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. It is now the Dwergar's turn. So this one's gonna hop out. This one's gonna hop out and go for the Pack Companion. These two are both gonna go for the other wolf.
Cool. I'm
How
getting
much-
hit. Let's go.
Before I forget, how much damage did it take from falling?
15.
Thank you.
And he took the same because he landed on top of him.
Mhm.
Cool.
Oh, but I also have 5 HP from.
Yep.
Yeah.
So both of those attacks are going to hit Emerus.
Oh shit.
Or oops, wrong die. Uh, 7 piercing damage each on their war picks into you.
Great.
Cool. The one on the Pack Companion minus is a d4 from their attack roll. So it'd be a...
I think you have those mixed up.
Oh, I do. Sorry. So that will... 18 hits your Pack Companion, correct? Stacy's
Yeah.
14? Okay. That would be 1 on the damage die for 3 points of piercing damage. And then the last one... would have been a 19, but minus 4 is a 15, which I believe misses Lucius. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Cool. And that is all 4 of the Dwergar's turn. It's now the Despot, the prince's turn. The blade arm will go into his arm socket, and out will come like this hammer combo like fist thing, and he's gonna go for a hit on you. First one will miss. It's cocked on the damn logo in the center. Second one will hit.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Hmm?
Okay.
Reaction to subtract a d6 from it.
Yup.
Oh my god, my man.
It's only a 2.
So that will still make it a 17.
Damn, that's
I
unfortunate.
needed a 4 more.
Thank you for trying, Dunce.
So that will be 14 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please. As the pneumatics behind the arm push you as it strikes you.
All right, let's see. Let's roll that. The pneumatics, my god, this man's got.
It's fucking Iron Man, baby.
I know. It does 16 keep me afloat.
Yes, 16 is it meets it, beats it.
Jesus.
I think worst case he's Iron Man. Best case he's fresh cut grass.
Yep.
Smiley day to ya.
Oh boy. I am low.
And one more for good measure. And that
Oh,
will-
me?
Yeah, on you, and
Another
that will definitely hit. So there'd be another 14 bludgeoning damage.
Alright, I am down.
Okay. That is the end of his turn. Henrietta, you're up.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is use my bonus action for healing light.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 3d6 into Lucius. Oh shit, which is 16.
Holy hell.
I rolled 2 5s and a 6.
I was gonna guess 2 6s and a 4. Damn.
Alright, well, I'm back at it. I'm back in the game, baby. Let's go.
Still prone though.
Still alive.
For my action, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast or whatever at the prince.
Okay. Eldritch Blast or whatever.
Eldritch Blast or whatever.
Whatever.
That's a 26.
That'll
Pretty
hit.
sure.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Seven. What is this? 7 damage. Force damage.
Okay.
And then I'll send Frank up there, but since I already used my bonus action, he won't attack.
Okay.
I just want him to help with the flanking situation.
Okay. Wait, do the Dwergar
wait a
that
minute.
moved into Fairy Fire need to make dex saves?
I don't think it's a persistent
Yeah,
area of effect. I think that the people that it hits are lit up
I'm just
for the duration.
I'm just
Yeah. It's just the people who are lit up are going to stay lit up until concentration or a minute, but the area doesn't persist.
Yeah.
And like even if those people leave the area, they're still lit up. It just affects those people.
Sorry, I have a question. Did you reduce the damage from me having that armor trait thingy?
No, I did not actually. So you'd have
Oh,
taken
shit.
6 less damage.
Oh, I think that would have kept me up actually.
Oh well. He'll
Whatever.
back the extra 6. But yeah, I did reduce it.
I think I'd have like 2 more extra health actually, so like I guess I'm just not prone.
Yeah.
If he didn't go down, I wouldn't have healed him all 3.
That's the problem.
Oh.
Just remember it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I'm so sorry.
You're good. Thank you for reminding me though. Dietrich, you're up. Rook is on deck.
Right. I'm gonna run up and hit him with another booming blade.
This dude?
The prince, yeah.
Okay.
So I have advantage because of fairy fire. Do I also have +2 because of flanking? Or do they not
Advantage
stack?
count. Advantage does not stack. Yeah.
Okay. But I also have bless.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use my last luck point. $19.
That will just hit.
Damn.
All right. But so I do get sneak attack on this.
Yep.
$14 total.
Okay.
And I will. I'll use my whatever movement I have left.
You have about half left.
Yeah, I'll just back away just to like not the whole way, but yeah, just like there
Okay.
is good. And yeah, is the snow thick enough where I could bonus action hide just where I'm standing in the snow?
No.
Okay, then I'll just
Yeah.
not use my bonus action then.
You're
Cool.
like 30 feet away and it was snowing this amount, I would be like, yeah, but it's like 10 feet. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Good. Then, Rook.
Let's see. Have I got a clear shot from where I'm standing at the prince?
Yeah, actually, you do, right between Giant Ragnar and Dietrich.
Actually, did he get up from being landed on?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I will take a shot at him with my short bow.
Yeah.
I will airmail an arrow into the snow.
Oh no. What was it?
Oh, I roll with advantage though. It was an 8.
Oh god.
But if I'm rolling with advantage, I get another one. That
Yep.
will probably 15.
That will not hit, unfortunately.
I airmail an arrow off into the snow.
Dietrich, you just see an arrow go past you over top of his head and just over top of the cliff and down somewhere.
Oh, probably almost out of arrows too. Shit.
You recover half of your arrows after combat, naturally, in 5th edition.
Okay. Cool.
So how many did you start with?
20.
Let me math. You have
I mean, them
I
pigeons.
think after that one, because you airmailed a couple, I think you have 8 left after that.
Okay.
8 or 7 or 8.
That sounds right.
Started with 20?
Mm-hmm.
So she should have like 18 left?
No,
you don't
like
get
the
half of
entire
them.
campaign was 20.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah.
how many did you start this
No.
combat with?
No, 4 sessions so far. All right. Any movement on your part?
I think I'm gonna scooch sort of like 5 feet to this way, towards away from the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll stay there.
Okay.
All right. I'm done.
Okay, Barzu.
How bad is the prince looking?
You currently can't see him. Dietrich is body blocking you.
Can I move to see him?
Yeah, you can move to right, like in line with Rook.
That'll work.
Yeah, and now you can see him.
How does it look?
Some of the places where the metal is holding his body parts together is starting to pull apart, and pus and blood mix is starting to ooze from him, but it looks like you can probably go a couple more rounds.
Okay, we'll do another magic missile at 2nd level.
Okay. Also, while he's rolling damage on that, Lucius, because you asked about the crystals, when you get in his face, because you're the one that asked about the crystals on him, his gauntlet thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a like a blue, like a light blue one, and then like a green one on it.
Mm-hmm.
12 damage.
Okay.
12 points of damage. Okay.
How difficult does it look to remove the arm from the prince?
There are 4 or 5 metal bands about the elbow that attach in bolted in several different places up his arm. So you'd have to like kill him and chop off the arm after he died to basically remove it.
Indeed. And he's a formidable foe, so he wouldn't like just let me just cut his arm off like a chump.
Yep. Farzu, any move? Do you want to move back or any other movement?
Yeah. I'll move back.
Easy enough to do. Ragnar and then Emrys. You're muted.
Which one was I attacking again? There was what
The
one
priest
on
is
the left?
dead. The priest is dead.
Okay.
So which one do you want to go for?
That one, the one that you just hovered over.
Yep. Okay. You get between the two
Okay.
wolves. Easy enough to do.
The two wolves are dead, right?
No, they're your buddies. They're still alive. They took a couple hits though.
Ah, okay. That's good. Just okay. So I'll just do a regular hit with Great Axe.
Yep.
$22.
That'll hit.
$15.
Points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And
Bring your great axe down and like take a chunk out of his shoulder. Just get down
can
there.
I action surge too?
Yeah. Of course.
And same thing.
Yep.
What was it again? So 18 points.
18 will also hit.
Okay. 8 plus 4.
12 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
You get your axe about 8 inches into his shoulder on your first swing. The second one, you just go boom right through and just drop him.
All the while I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs.
Bloody murder.
Yes.
Nice.
So
Turtle dwarf. Turtle dwarf.
oh, actually, you know, since he said that, as soon as that happens, I do a full 180 and I turn around and do a fucking what Master Roshi does. Yeah, with the axe on my back and going.
All right. Nice. All right, Emrys, what you doing?
Well, does anyone need healing?
I do. Well, not really, but
That is
Fucking
never
die.
gonna get
The
old.
Usuraxis.
Drop your
We
derp
love
clerics
you,
in
Sir
chat if you got him.
Access.
Drop your derp clerics in chat if you got him.
I was gonna second win, so don't worry about me.
I'm gonna actually turn to the one behind me, and my doggo is gonna move over to flank it.
All right.
The one that hit me twice.
Cool. This is one of the two that is not advantage on because it was not in the fairy fire. That dude is gonna get an opportunity attack, which will miss with a 9.
All right, I'm gonna take my bite. It's just a nat 20.
Okay.
Which double the die plus 4 is 16 plus what I'm about to roll.
Man, he dead.
It's 24 damage from my bite.
Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah,
don't
he's
want to
dead.
see the next
Yeah,
roll.
he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Like he's dead.
I rolled a 2 for the next one, so I'm glad he's dead. Cause that was a miss.
Yeah, he's dead. Any more movement on your turn?
We're gonna move over to the last little minion thing.
Like this back to
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah. Yep. Let's go ahead and surround his ass and start growling at him.
All right, easy peasy. Lucius and then Dunce.
Dunce.
No, Lucius and then you.
Oh, Lucius then Dunce. I thought it was Dunce.
Nope.
Wait. Okay. Oh, right, because Emrys beat me in the speed tie. Okay. I'm going to second wind.
Okay.
Heal. Let's get. Ooh. All right. 11. 11 healing.
Pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. And then, I'm gonna smack a bitch. Smack that prince.
Okay.
Is it still advanced? Okay, well, never mind. Holy shit, I'm
is-
rolling well.
It is still advantage, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's 23, so
That will hit.
that's gonna hit. Yeah.
I assume you're giving yourself advantage on something, Farzu.
Sure.
Okay.
8 plus 3, 11.
Points of damage? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're slicing through, break off another plate on like his chest that's holding his body together.
Do I see any kind of like any details underneath that plate I slice off?
It's like burned like flesh.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Dunce.
So it's
So
just
I'll give
those
it to
three?
Dunce.
Yep,
Just those three left. Okay.
Just those 3 left.
Let's do the whispers on the one in between the two wolves.
Okay, on that door, small Duragar.
Yeah,
Okay, so what's the save?
there is let's see. Wisdom save of 14.
Okay, that is a 2 minus 1 for 1.
Okay, so he takes 3d6 and then moves.
Yep.
13, and then
Okay.
have him, if he's still up, have him go right between Ragnar and I don't know if that's the companion or
So
Emrys.
with Pack Companion, Emrys, Ragnar, and I will say Frank get opportunity attacks as he starts running. If 2 or
Go
more of
ahead,
you
guys.
hit it, he basically dies with minimum damage. So
Oh, Frank got a dirty 20 for 4
that'll
points
hit
damage.
for 4 points damage. Okay.
I got a 16 and a 21.
Both will hit. Ragnar, what'd you get?
A 6. Or no, is that a 9? One of them. One of the 6.
I'm doing 21 damage between my 2 bites.
Yeah, it's almost enough to one-shot him.
Almost.
The wolves, as he starts to try to like run away, the wolves bite at his legs and he kind of trips forward and falls like eye first onto like Frank's tail spike that he stings people with and just dies. And Frank is not going to shut up about it. I
He
imagine.
sure is not.
Just like imagine just gets his calf ripped out and just falls face first on a tail spike.
My prince, your
What a-
retinue seems to be falling.
What an idiot. Are you kidding me? Like,
Alright.
I didn't even have to try.
Alright.
And then I'll stay there.
Okay. So it's now the last Dwergar's turn. And he still is hexed. 14, that's a 10, so that's not gonna hit.
Who's hexed?
The one
He's
small
baned.
Dwergar. Or sorry, baned.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the prince is hexed.
I need-
Is hexblade cursed.
Yeah. I need to get the Bane markers. So it's now Prince Boy's turn again. So another that is cocked on the damn symbol in the center. That will hit. The first one will hit.
All right.
So there's 11 bludgeoning damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's 11 minus 3, or is it already
minus
minus?
3 from it that time.
Okay, cool. Okay, bludgeoning. Strength saving throw. That is a 5 plus 17.
Okay. So nothing
Okay.
happens. I'll take a second swing. Dude, I need to stop throwing my dice so damn hard. They like roll up against the side and just anyway. That will not hit. Third attack will actually hit for another
I'll
11.
subtract a D. Wait, I'll subtract a D6.
Okay.
4.
16. So that's
Woo!
still hits, right?
No, I'm. Oh shit! Dang it! Yeah, I'll take a hit.
So this is 11.
Tried.
You did. It's gotten so close twice.
Yeah, you. Oh man.
Oh,
I mean,
sometimes it goes your way. So
don't
another
worry, King. Don't
another
worry, King.
11, another 11, another strength saving throw.
Okay. That is gonna be a. Ooh, that's not as high. That's a 15.
Okay. So that fails.
Oh
Or
boy.
blessed on the strength save.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh shit! I thought,
That's
I
a
thought he.
4. Okay.
That's a 4, so it's a 19. Okay, so nothing happens.
Okay.
Actually, hold up. I want to see if he can do this other thing real quick too.
Oh shit.
He actually
Oh
can.
shit. Oh
actually can.
shit.
So the last attack. What's your AC in wolf form, Emrys?
13.
Okay. So that will hit you and your wolf once. Frank's AC.
13.
Oh, actually, who's closer? Is that you or the wolf? That's you. Yeah. Yep. And what is Frank's AC again? Sorry.
13.
Okay. So Emrys, Lucius, and Frank will all take double checking I make sure I have the right damage. 9 bludgeoning damage as his mechanical leg will slam the ground and rocks will kind of like come up at the ground at you.
Mm-hmm.
Hetty uses her reaction, so no damage for Frank.
Okay.
Do I take 6 since
Correct.
it's minus 3?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Holy shit! I got 1 HP. Oh. Henrietta, thank you for the heals.
Bonus
You're the
action,
best.
he's gonna misty step 30 feet there.
Oh shit! He just pulled a.
Yep.
Oh, but I'll use the crystal on my gauntlet to counterspell that.
You will notice as he casts the spell, the blue gem does break.
Hmm.
It makes sense. That is the space stone.
Yes.
It lets you teleport.
Mm-hmm.
The red is the reality stone, and we're fucked.
No, it's the last one's a green stone on his arm.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
time
we're
one.
really
We're
fucked.
doubly fucked.
Anywho, that was the prince's turn. So now it's Henrietta's turn.
So what's left? We've got the prince, and we've got Wenberger.
Yep. Also, we can hear
Are
you
they-
scrolling, by the way.
Are they within 10 feet of each other?
No, the prince is
The prince
currently
just-
in your face.
Oh, in my face?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yep.
Well, if he's in my face, then
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, no, he misty step. Never mind. Nothing.
Yep.
I'm dumb.
I'm gonna cast mirror image.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, there's what, 3 more of me? 4 more of me?
Yeah, 3 more of you.
And then for my bonus action, Frank will come flank behind me, and he'll try to sting him.
Okay.
$18.
That will just hit.
Okay, so for 18, he does 4 piercing damage, and he must make a Constitution save. It actually says
Against anything?
Huh?
Is it poison?
Yes, it's poison.
Yeah, he's immune to the condition and the damage, so.
Well, I mean, okay, that's still 4 piercing damage.
Yep. Which I got.
That's my turn.
Okay. All right, back to top of the order. Dietrich is up.
How much movement will it take to get down to where the prince is?
10, 25 feet.
Okay. I will run up there and make a booming blade attack.
Okay.
And fairy fire's still up on him, so it's still with advantage.
Yes.
That is a dirty 20.
So that will hit.
So, didn't you say some rule about like having 4+ people around one person?
Also,
There aren't
it-
4+ people because
yeah.
those mirror images aren't real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he would.
Just
But,
making sure.
but
And-
yeah, flanking.
They look real enough to me.
And 4+ people would only give me advantage, which I already have because of fairy fire.
Ah, that's okay. I was wondering.
Yeah, you don't. You can't stack advantage. As cool as that would be.
I am doubly advantaged.
17 total damage.
Okie dokie. I'll move Nemeris and deleting that because I don't need him anymore. Okay.
And I will I'll back up 5 feet.
Okay.
With my remaining movement.
Disengage.
No, anybody I attack, I don't take attack
Swashbuckler.
opportunity.
Oh, swashbuckler now. That's right.
Yeah, that works whether I hit or miss, which is pretty nice.
It's just as long as you make an attack against them, I believe.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I just don't provoke opportunity attacks from that one target. So if I need to get past multiple people, I still need to disengage, but I don't need to that often.
Cool. Rook and then Farzu, but give me 1 second. For some reason, the fan was staying on for like the heating AC system, and I turned it off. All right, Rook and then Farzu.
I will switch to my twin short swords and move into melee range with the prince.
Okay, this side or this side?
I'll sneak in front of Dietrich between him and the prince.
Okay.
And take a swing with my short sword.
Okay.
It was a 23.
Yep.
So that is 6 piercing damage and 6 more from Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
I will use my bonus action to attack with my offhand.
Okay, you're not gonna use your swarm on that, or?
I was gonna roll that after.
Ah, okay. Okay.
22 to hit.
Yep.
7 damage, and I can do Hunter's Mark on that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
For another 3 damage, and then I will roll the swarm damage.
Hunter's Mark is every attack, right? Or is it once per turn?
5 from the
use
Every
swarm.
attack.
So that's another 15 points of damage?
Total, yeah.
Okie dokie. How would you like
It'll
to
stay there.
How would you like to do this?
Oh. Well, he's a small creature too, right?
Yep.
So I'm like just the right height to like run up and scissor his head off again with the short swords. Do all what? Gerard Butler was that in Gladiator? Yeah.
300, right?
Anakin killing Count Dooku.
300, yeah.
Yeah, Anakin Skywalker.
Backhanded.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
And then I'll shout over my shoulder like, "Hey, any jerks left? Your big guy's down."
Mm.
Dietrich, who until 2 days ago was a pirate, will just watch Rook do this and say, "Scissor me timbers."
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Dietrich, I like you, but I don't like you that much. Dear Lord. What was that?
Look, it's a good joke. It is a great joke,
Great joke,
even.
even.
All right.
Rook is like, scissors, not in the middle of a fight.
But Farzu is up.
We can keep. Oh wait.
Yeah, there's still
Is
one
the-
alive.
Oh wait. Oh, the prince is dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we keep that one alive?
Oh, we already have one.
True, but it could
Do
be
we want
nice
a
to have
collection?
yes, have a. It might be good to have a second word. Lucius kind of like looks at the Dwergar. Or would you also enjoy having your head removed by our lovely wolves here?
I'm actually gonna shapeshift out at this point. Look at him and say,
We're still in
I could
initiative.
just-
Farzu is up, so it's his choice.
"Oh shit!"
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh my god, Farsu. What
Well,
is he gonna do?
There's no way for me to restrain him. I have no strength, so I'm just gonna hit him.
Okay.
Move into position. Move into where I can see him,
You gotta get like there to see him, basically.
and then I'll cast magic missile at level 1.
Okay.
And 9 damage.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna what is it called? Empowered spell. Take one of the dice. Spend a sorcery point and re-roll one of my dice.
Okay.
Oh, that's even better.
What's the new damage total?
12.
Okay. Cracked rib, cracked rib, cracked rib. The hell did Ragnar go? It's his go. If you guys want to take him prisoner, I'll let you break initiative now since Ragnar's not here.
Yeah, I think we should take him prisoner. Emrys, are you gonna
shift? Yeah, Emrys.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift out immediately and look at him and say, I could just melt him in his armor, or bake him like a pie in it if you wanted."
Oh, that would be excellent. Oh, that would be.
Dietrich comes running up and
Excellent.
says, "Did somebody say pie?"
Meat pie, dwarf meat pie.
We'll kind of look between like the three of you, kind of standing around him.
Why, that prince was an asshole.
Oh, the hell bring us. And you'll hear his crunch sound before the foam comes out of his mouth.
Oh. What did he say? Wait, say that again. What did he say? I'm
For the Hellbringer.
for the Hellbringer.
He has a D4 against his attack roll on himself for biting that.
God damn it.
Does he fail?
18 minus 2 is still 16, so yeah, he's still able to bite down on it.
All right, I tried.
Good mechanical point though. That was a very good point. I didn't even think about that.
It's so funny if he failed.
If he rolled like
and then we could have just.
If he rolled like a Bone does have an AC of 6 in D&D, but yeah, if he rolled like a 6 minus 4 and it's a 2 and he couldn't crack his own tooth. All right.
We have a cart to go down the mountain now with.
That's what I was about to
Yes.
say. We can load up the prisoners on this freely available cart that was brought to us.
The only question there is, it's pulled by those goats.
Yes, and we have a Dwergar that can help us. Jassor!
Yes. I'm saying it's pulled by those goats. From our experience, the goats go where they're trained to go. We don't necessarily want to go to where these goats are going to take us.
You do
I mean,
know
for-
that
it
you
seems
can
fine for a while.
you can just take the goats off of it, turn it around, and I can be a bear or something to pull the cart.
Would it be too much?
Yeah, above game, if you put everybody in the cart, like all the prisoners in
Yeah.
the cart, and you guys walked alongside it, bear form would not be strong enough to pull it by itself.
Yeah.
I was only talking about our group, not the prisoners. Screw them at this point.
I mean, the goats work for a while at least, but eventually we're gonna want to ditch them, I would think, or ditch the cart
Right.
because
And the
they're
wolf
probably
intimidate the
leading us
goat?
right back into the compound.
Yes.
But
regard-
there came from somewhere with I guess there's what else is on this cart? Is it carrying anything other than the people that we just murdered?
Nope, just the people you guys just murdered.
Okay.
Can I
But,
search
like-
the prince?
Yeah, we need to search the prince. Take his shit.
I want to
His
take the
Infinity Gauntlet.
mechanical stuff.
Yeah, the gem. Actually, Mr. Farzi, do you think you can examine those gems? Fascinating stuff. Very smart of him. Must not be much of a magic user, but he somehow fashioned some magic for himself. Be interesting to study.
Can't identify magic items. But I believe I can look at them.
Dunce can.
Dunce can identify the stones.
Yeah, I mean, just round up whatever you need me to identify. I'm
All
a
right.
walking magnifying glass, apparently.
I go over to the prince and I lop off that arm.
Okay.
And Jasor, is Jasor nearby, or is he with the prisoners,
Yeah,
or
he's
what?
kind of like against the wall in his chains, just kind of like curled up in like the fetal position right now.
You succeed, Jasor. You're unlucky. Now you could tell us
Am I
more
really?
about. Well, if you have relevant information, you clearly knew the prince was in charge.
Yeah. That's true.
My word.
Can I look?
What? Oh, sorry.
Can I look at the that are broken and like see like do any of them look like they'd still be valuable even if they're just mundane now?
The gems?
Yeah, like the ones he already used that cracked.
Yes. They're like 25 gold each value gems, even in the broken forms.
Yeah, take them, throw them in the bag of holding.
Truly. Oh. Now, I can imagine myself. I'm pulling this like mechanical arm with still a bit of a stump of meat on it.
Blood
Like,
dripping from it. Yeah.
yeah, I hand it
Um,
over to Vince.
So you're gonna cast identify on the remaining gem? Is that what's happening?
I thought it was on the gauntlet.
Yeah, but on
Yeah, the gauntlet.
Yeah. You can cast it on the gauntlet as a whole, or you can cast it on the gem.
Cast it on the gauntlet as a whole.
Okay. The gauntlet itself is non-magical. It is just a crafted object.
Fascinating.
And then I guess I'll cast it on the gems while people are figuring out what to do.
I'd like to search the body. So
Make an investigation check. The gem itself is magical. The one
21.
remaining is magical.
Do I get a sense of how to use it?
Yeah, it's so like above game level stuff. It is a spell gem. It works exactly the same as a spell scroll, except they just put it into gems instead of having physical paper.
What does it cast?
Stinking Cloud is the one that this one casts.
This wasn't the time stone. I feel tricked.
Lucky he didn't get to use that. I hate that spell.
Good.
Yeah, to be fair, it would have dispersed after one round, so
Yeah.
it was kind of useless.
So I guess Lucius add 2 25 gold gems to the bag of holding.
Will do.
Farzi, what was
Sell
the
those later.
investigation check on the body?
21.
You don't find gold or really anything on him. You find a signet ring and a letter in his pocket, like a piece of paper folded up inside his pocket.
I'm gonna unfold that and take a gander.
Why would you want a goose?
And you do read Undercommon.
Uh-huh.
What it is written in. 1 second to pull up all that I need. It is written from High Priest Umthrun, which I will put in the goddamn chat because I know you guys are going to ask. 2, and I will also put this in the chat in a second. To Prince Thridris Hellbringer. And it is a
We
description.
just kill.
Yep, that is who you just killed. And it is a description on the progress made on the site and how the last piece they needed for the machine to function happened to fall into their laps. And they could now travel to the point they needed to.
I'm gonna actually read it out loud, trying to tell
And
people.
as he reads the high priest name, I'm gonna look at Dietrich and say, "Yeah, that guy. That's who you should have said. Told us to do what we were doing."
I'll just nod and say, "That's a good note. Thanks."
Well, wait. Can you repeat that part again? Point? Are they referring to a place?
The object they needed fell into their laps. And with it, they are going to be able to use the machine to go to the point they need to. Which you could infer as place.
So that object is clearly Henrietta's rock, right?
Yep.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we took it off their hands.
Yes.
I'm gonna then look at that ring.
That's a signet ring.
Yep.
Who wants his signet ring?
Let's hold on to it.
Here.
I'll hold on to it.
I toss it to Lucius.
Can I take a look at it? See if I recognize the seal on it?
Yeah,
okay.
Give me 1 second. I don't
You took
know.
You took a gander and you found a signet ring, so now
Yeah,
Rook's
it doesn't
gotta.
want to. It doesn't want to upload the image as the right type of image.
I've got ganders, signets, pigeons,
Yep.
doves. What else?
Crowbar.
Yep.
Rose.
And Rook.
Dove.
Yeah, and rook. Yeah, we got dove.
Cool. I will.
How many?
I am about to post a picture of what the signet ring looks like in the chat.
Oh, so he works for Delta Airlines.
I was gonna say, is it
Fantasy
Zelda? Looks like a
Damn,
Triforce.
I knew he was
Truly
evil, but I
was
didn't know he
evil.
was that evil. My
I
God.
was like, oh, it looks
What
like
a
a generic
bastard.
tech startup logo. I wonder if I applied there yet.
Take a point. Take a point, Lucius. And Dietrich for starting it. But yeah, that's what the ring looks like.
Delta Airlines. Back in my day.
Was somebody going to take? Who was going to take a look at the ring?
Rook.
Rook.
Cool.
She's not as familiar with Dwergar like really at all, but in her knowledge of dwarves that she's spent hunting them, does she recognize this symbol at all?
Religion check with advantage.
Oh,
Yes,
what do
you
I do?
applied there last week.
I can help with that religion check.
Yeah,
Good,
she has
because
advantage.
I rolled a 19.
You've seen that symbol before on similar rings before. You have no idea what the significance is beyond that. People who wear them are very hush hush about it.
Okay. I'll let everyone know. This isn't the first time I've seen this emblem, but I got no idea what it means.
Why did you see it?
But I've seen it among, I guess, just the regular dwarven folk in the city, the criminal underworld.
Mostly more in the criminal underworld.
Okay. I know some people, if you know what I mean, and
I know what you
I've seen
mean.
it among them, like the lower types.
What city was this?
Oh my god, I'm having a total brain fart. The city we came from.
Rainport.
Rhineport,
Or
sorry.
Rhineport, yeah, right.
Yeah, from
Oh, Rhineport. That's where you're from?
yeah. They
Oh.
caught me there.
Is everyone else local? Am I the only one from
No, I'm not from
nearby?
around here.
So some sort
No,
of it's
neither am I.
some sort of secret society, but it's more secret than even, the dwarven mafia types would tell me. So
Does Lucius recognize the symbol?
Yes.
Oh dear God.
Would you like me to DM it to you?
Yeah, DM to me.
Okay. So just so we're clear, the triangle that has the hole in it is the top of the symbol.
Right.
If you saw this symbol in Rhineport, does that mean we should go back there?
I
Figure out
mean,
what's going on with this secret society?
I mean, we should probably return the people to Rhineport, right? Or do we just want to leave them out here in the cold?
What?
yeah. I'm thinking. I
We're not
mean,
going back. We're not going back to Rhineport.
why are we not going back to Rhineport?
You said you saw that symbol in Rhineport?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I thought we determined there was a closer town that we were dropping them off at.
Yeah, that's what I
There
thought.
has to.
There's-
Yeah.
There's a
Let's go
closer
to the
town.
Yes.
There's a-
Sorry.
There's a closer town where we can get them to safety. We can rest a night, we can get food and water and everything else we need, but all these people are going to Rhineport, and it sounds like we are too. We might as well just keep going with them the rest of the way.
I just, feel like we should maybe be careful asking questions, although probably is obvious at this point, considering we all got ourselves kidnapped in the first place.
Because we ask questions.
But
I didn't ask any questions. I just wanted a job.
Did you ask for said job?
No, I answered the post on the board. I didn't talk to anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, they never gave me a chance to ask any questions. So what's the closest town to here?
Mr. Keen Mind.
He asked the guy with keen mind.
It would be Rock Hall.
Rock Hall.
It's about
Rock Hall's close.
2.5 days.
2.5 days journey.
Maybe we take them there, and then we.
How far away
Try
is
to-
Rock Hall from Rhineport?
By foot, about a week.
I ain't walking a week.
So if we go there, then back to Rhineport.
Wait, hold on.
How
let me-
far
let me-
away are
let me
we
math
from
again.
Rhineport then? Like 3 days?
Yeah, you get there about noon on the 7th day from Rhineport.
Okay, so 7 days, the full week.
Well,
So it would be
so 3 days to Rockholt, and then another 7 to Rhineport.
Yeah.
So like 10 days total,
right. Or
stopping in various towns and cities along the way.
Yeah, so from Rock Hall. Yeah. Because from Rock Hall, you could take a boat, and you would know cities. He would know city locations. He wouldn't know like above game stuff. But yeah, you could take a boat from Rock Hall all the way to Riverview in 1 day, 2 days to Alefast, day and a half to Gallon, 3 more days to Rhineport.
Yeah, so if we get them to Rock Hall, we can go from there back down to Rhineport. It's a 10-day journey, but it sounds kind of like that's where we're all going.
It's home for me, so I'm
Uh,
headed that way anyway.
I haven't been home in 7 years.
Alternatively, there are a couple cities or towns on the water that you might be able to get a boat to Rhineport, and that would be like a day and a quarter.
I need to ask you, Rook. So you said that you recognize the signet on this ring. How prolific is this symbol?
I've seen it a few times. Folks, when I ask them about it, two or three times, the folks what have it don't like to talk about it. So I don't really know anything about it, just that I've seen it before. Why? What's it mean?
This is getting a lot more complicated than I thought.
You know what makes things even more complicated is when you don't give straight answers to questions.
I'm so sorry. I'm just. Am I supposed to? This symbol is related to the Throne of Eyes.
So is now the time when you're going to explain the Throne of Eyes to us?
Lucius kind of like looks back over to the prisoners. Maybe when we're out of earshot from them. I don't want them accidentally listening in on something and suddenly needing to be disappeared. If you understand what I mean.
If you're really that paranoid, why don't you just tell Emrys in his head, and then Emrys can tell the rest of us?
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Would you be okay with that, Mr. Emrys?
Why not?
Okay. So when the whole mental connection thing goes,
You can just type it to me. Lucius.
above game, just tell
Type
me.
it to me.
Yeah.
Send
I'll
it
just.
to me in a DM, and I'll say what I'm gonna say. It may not be all of it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's part of the telepathy thing that I can kind of keep secrets and not keep secrets for everyone.
Yep. To wrap this up before we hit our hard point, I assume you guys are going to turn the cart around and use it to speed up travel to Rock Hall.
Yeah.
Not for as long as it makes sense to do that.
All right. Who will pilot the cart with animal handling?
I don't have that. That's like one of the 2 ones I don't have.
I can try. We all remember how well it went last time, but
I wasn't gonna bring up last time. I was gonna let you start.
what last
first.
time? Where
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those were different goats.
Different
Those-
goats, yeah.
Those were llamas.
And I've got like a +2 I could try, but
All right, I got a
not-
24
not
this
proficient.
time.
Okay. It is easy enough to get the cart turned around and get them started. And headed down the mountain pass wherever it may lead. So you guys get a full day of traveling on the cart without any issue before the rams start to slow down from being tired. Still on the mountain pass as you guys kind of wind your way down, air getting warmer, the snow starting to dissipate. You might actually be headed out of the mountain pass of the realm of the Dwaragar. And that's where we're gonna leave it for this episode.
Yeah, I think I need time to write what I'm gonna write.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a doozy.
Yeah,
Do
it's
we
a
get
fucking
I'll let you know.
long rest on
You
this
know,
route?
You guys will get a short rest
Mhm.
for sure.
let me go ahead and reset all my shit.
Lucius is at 1 HP, so thank you for that short rest.
Wait, Lucius, you're at 1 HP.
Yeah,
Well,
I
he
know.
can use a hit
Yeah.
dice though and get an extra D6 from the Song of Rest.
He takes
Oh,
1d6
boy.
bludgeoning
D6,
damage from
guys.
a bump in the road.
I know, right?
Hold up. Hold up.
How
I'm right
Wait
next
a
to
minute.
him. Let me just healing word him too.
How much of a dick move would that be?
Oh, a
Lucius.
rock suddenly came and hit you in the head.
You step
Lucius,
on a
add
Lego.
another 8 HP to yourself before that short rest.
Thank you.
Who else? Hey, does anyone else need healing while we're at this?
Like
I'm
I
gonna
said,
cure wounds myself because
if you
I was
if
actually
you
down to 5 HP.
if you take a during the short rest, you can use your hit dice and get an extra D6 out of it.
Correct. I was at 5 of 33 though.
Let's just
Jesus Christ.
Hopefully it's
I
enough.
Yeah, I
I
just want to
got
make sure everybody's aware you get an
Yes,
extra
okay,
D6. So.
All right, we're gonna head over to another D&D streamers. We'll see you guys next week, next Wednesday for another episode. We'll be back on this channel live next Monday for another episode of Sawyer 7 though. Peace out.